You know what that means, baby. Let me see some bells in the chat. Let me know you're able to hear me. And we'll get this party started, people. Oh, yeah. Run that back. I'm just playing. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know you can hear me. I see the bells. I appreciate y'all. Yeah, the microphone check is a go. Still waiting on a couple folks, but let's I want to, get this show on the road. Y'all can catch the replay, of course. But I like to do things proper, like, did I delete my intro? No, I didn't. Here we go.
God is dawn. Like and subscribe. Comment some night. Loving this light. Here's God is dawn. God is dawn. God is dawn.
Oh yeah, baby. Peace, world, peace. Welcome or welcome back. I am Goddess Dawn, the warrior. Yeah, I'm coming to you live from LA, baby, on a Saturday night. It is August 28th, from what I can recall. And we're here. We're live. Yeah, we're live and we're together. And that's what's important. Yeah. Just a warning. Tonight we'll be doubling as a mixtape release party, y'all. The project is out. Yes. My artist has released The Oddfather 3. The link is in the description. You will hear a couple tunes. PJ Corleone is an artist, aka King Corleone. That's right. Yeah. Free streaming available. But we'll get into all that. So let me see who is in the chat first here. I think that's where we'll start. Let me I got a different setup tonight, so I'm fumbling around, y'all. I'm fumbling around. So while I'm seeing who's here, we're gonna change the vibe, change the energy a little bit. Like I said, tonight doubles as mixtape release party for Oddfather 3 mixtape. Information is in the description. My artist that I manage and I birthed. This is his 4th project, and we're excited. Yeah, we're excited. We're celebrating. So let me, Bang ain't even pulled up. Hold on, y'all. Yeah, we're gonna change the energy up in this piece. Let me see who's in the building. Whoever's here now is ready. Warriors, stay ready. Yeah. I see new membership. That excites me.
I just wanna roll with the gang that I came with. People switching lanes, that ain't new, that's the same shit.
Warrior
See me,
gang,
we
gang.
gon' move, we don't do the conversations.
All right,
I just wanna
Monty Lyles,
roll with the gang
new
that
member.
I came with. I just
Welcome
wanna
back.
roll with the gang
Beautiful
that
Spirit
I
is here.
came with.
Love Warrior, yes. My panel is ready.
See me, we gon' move, we don't do the
Miss Della's here,
conversations.
on time, ready to go. That's what I'm talking about. Neek 3T, yeah, welcome back. It's been a minute. Neek 3T is in the building. Who else is here? I'm missing a couple mods. I'm missing a couple folks. Andrew Staples is here. Yes. If you've been here with me and you want to be a mod, let me know. I could probably use another one or two. Lucky Penny's here. That's right. Oh, there's Wayne. All right, Wild Wayne. I see you, baby. Making sure Chrissy Powers here. Welcome back.
She got condoms in her purse. She got mileage for
sure. Gotta keep the condoms in the purse. Joel Jackson, welcome.
Trials in the song. Sorry if I did you wrong, but I'm trying to grow. I know niggas trying to pop. Heard they session was a flop. Heard when it dropped, they ain't even make a what. Heard your movement didn't move. I can't do shit but improve. With the crew, we getting loose. If you squad, you know it's true. I just wanna roll with the gang that I came with. People switching lanes, that ain't new, that's the same shit. See me, we gon' move, we don't do the conversations. I just wanna roll with the gang that I came with. I just wanna roll with the gang that I came with. People switching lanes, that ain't new, that's the same shit. See me, we gon' move, we don't do the conversations. I just wanna roll with the gang that I came with. For a minute, it's hard to admit it. Been fathering niggas, she swallowing children. If I'm in the building, it's profit I'm getting. You done with me up, yeah, the monster is risen. The pots are all pissing, our fathers are missing, our mamas are tripping. It's hard to just listen. Woke up from my dream just to show you the vision. The picture so vivid, you felt like you lived it. You didn't, it's mine. I'ma take it. I'm so sick of people saying give it this time. I'ma give it my all and hope I don't fall off. They say life is a race. Well, I ain't finna draw. Someone pray for the boy. Seem like all they got is hate for the boy. See me nothing they could say to the boy. Your baby mama thinks she dating the boy. It's too late for you, boy. I just checked the Knicks and it fucked up my vision. I do what I want while you asking permission. I ask for forgiveness, cause after a glass of Guinness I might get to spazzing and tripping and texting my exes for pictures. I put the bill, y'all pitching together and split it. The mayor, damn right I said it. I get high sometimes just to get level-headed. You boys ain't the devil, I met him. We ain't the niggas to threaten. I thought you been got the message. So no dream, but you reckless. I can put that on my record. But you can't hop. And this won't take more than a second. I came with the ones that I left with. I just wanna roll, gang that I came with. People switching lanes, that's the same shit. See me, we gon' move, we don't do the conversations. I just wanna roll with the gang that I came with. I just wanna roll with the gang that I came with. People switching lanes, that ain't new, that's the same shit. See me, we gon' move, we don't do the conversations. I just wanna roll with the gang that I came with.
Hey, yes, baby. That's from Father 3 mixtape. Free streaming and downloads available now. Yeah. All right, y'all. We got a lot to talk about. Let me drop the link. I should have done that already. I got people that have something on their mind. Listen, if you want to come on the panel, you are more than welcome. You know, let me get this link out. I'm promoting tonight shamelessly. We put a lot of work in. The music's like, oh, we're working on the album now, but you know, y'all got to catch up. That's right. Okay, I'm gonna change my. I need my background music though. I can't rock to this because I'm gonna wanna. You know. Get with it. So, the link has been dropped. Love Warriors here. Yeah. Yo,
got it.
Oh, sheesh. It's loud over here. Let me turn the speaker down. What's going on?
Happy Saturday, celebrating PJ Corleone with the Odd Father 3. Go get that, y'all. It's fire.
That is right. That is right. Ow. I just hit my toe. All right. I got to figure out this audio thing because this thing is blaring. Somebody else popped in. I think it's Baby Yoda. What's going on, Baby Yoda?
Happy Saturday, guys.
Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. Yeah. How y'all feeling today?
Awesome.
Fantastic.
I'm feeling good. I'm laying on the floor.
Doing your one sit-up?
It's a weak setup. It might be a half of one tonight.
Okay. I understand it, child. Well, listen, I appreciate y'all for spending this time with us tonight. And, you know, when you can literally be anywhere with the help of the internet, of course. But, you know, I'm thankful and blessed to be here. Yep. Thankful for the breaths in my body. Thankful to the true source, my God, creator, for waking me up and always having my back. Yeah, I'm feeling good about that. Feeling good, y'all. Now, you know, I think we need to get the energy up. I'm still kind of putting a couple things together, and I'm still waiting on a couple people now. I don't know what's going on, but people are on the late freight tonight. It's all good, though. Let me get my visual up that I wanted to see this thing first thing because it makes me happy. You know. Yeah, there's this.
And we got
this right here
with the wheels rolling.
I know. I had to turn it down. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna leave the Bluetooth on, but yeah. Shout out to the evidence train. That's right. Can't say it ain't no evidence. This is not even all the evidence. It's just some of the evidence. But yeah, we got to remind people because people seem to forget. Or maybe they're just in denial. I think that's what it is. I'll just, you know, leave it at that. So, I'm trying to get it together. Hold on, y'all. Let's see. What are we doing tonight? So we're talking about what has happened, what we think may be coming up. We have some things we're going to show just to remind everybody who we're dealing with, because it seems that people think R. Kelly is some sort of like super nice guy who means nothing but good things to people. He just wants, you know, he sings and he helps people, and like you're missing a whole piece of the pie if that's, you know, that's all you can come up with when you're speaking on him. So we're here to remind you of those other things. That's right. Miss Della, I don't know what that emoji is. Is it a horn? I don't know. It's
which
cute.
One? That's not which one? That's not mine.
Miss Della, right here. Let me put it up.
Where?
There you go.
Oh, that's I think that's some music playing from a speaker. Something they had on the iPad.
Oh, okay. I got you. Hazel E, welcome back. Beautiful Spirit is here, y'all. Wait, let me hold on now. How do I do this? Let me take this thing down real quick. We can properly. Hello.
How y'all doing? Happy Saturday.
Looking good. Looking good.
Hey, Miss
Okay.
Della, thank you.
Girl, what is
Ringing
going
the bell for you.
Thank you.
Where are we going or where are we coming from? You know, I'm nosy. We looking, not to say you don't always look beautiful, but you look extra special and glittery and glossy and all that.
I wanted to see today. I felt good.
Oh, it's just feeling good. Oh,
That's that warrior energy.
that's that warrior energy. You know
Yes.
what? Just since you said that,
Uh-huh.
I got something for you.
Okay. We gotta get up.
It's a different one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's called I'm Good, Baby. Like I said, we tape releasing tonight. We celebrate tonight. We're also sending warrior energy and positive energy to everybody involved here.
I feel good. I feel great.
Us, because we deserve
What my
to be uplifted also.
If your ass, I hate to
We
stay
do not
away.
have to be here talking about this
Sleeping on me, should
bullshit,
have stayed away.
reading these documents, you know what I'm saying?
I feel
Taking
great.
chunks out of our days and
Tell
weeks
by that
to
smile on my face.
commiserate over this motherfucker. I'm just saying. So we need the energy.
By the way, I beat that case.
Yeah.
Beat that
That
case.
sound like
I
R. Kelly. I beat
just
that
okay
case.
by in the state. Location, my weight don't sink on me, don't trip the weed and drink on me. Yeah, I'm on top of it, I've been 10 toes. Probably off of Western eating bento. You niggas probably wouldn't get the shit I've been through. Don't never let nobody take away what's in you. They said this shit is life or death, and I'm living proof. I ain't stopping till the jet got a swimming pool and a living room. Good.
I heard that. I'm for
If
it.
you at my table, fix a plate.
All right, that is the Father 3. Like I said, description in the description box, you can find a link to stream this motherfucking mixtape. It's hot.
Feel good.
Angela Boone is here. Yes, welcome back.
Yeah.
All right.
Can't you tell by the way I pour that ace?
Oh, that ace child.
Tell by the way I beat that case.
Let me just say, he ain't beat no damn case. I'm just saying. I just gotta say, I mean, you know, he kind of did in a way, but it wasn't really a case. It was just somebody just, you know, it's a thing. We all kind of have things. We know that. Listen, I'm gonna say this. I'm celebrating this too because I've been holding back with this because a lot of music we have out, right? I've been doing this 2 years and something. I haven't really wanted to mix what we're doing musically with this bullshit. However, Miss Aaliyah, look, she's here in spirit, and I hear her. Go, it's time. Put that music out. Put that music out. Don't be led it with fear. You know, celebrate. So that's what we're doing. Yeah. So help us celebrate and spite R. Kelly because he would never let nobody put no music out around him. Nothing that's gonna be recognized and celebrated at least. So we're
So true.
You know,
So true.
yeah, that's right. We're making sure everybody gets their props. People need their props. I think Azriel has something out too. I wanted to play that. I should grab that first. So if anybody has that, email that to me, please. We need to celebrate these artists who are following their dreams. You know what I'm saying? My son, he works hard. He has 2 jobs. He does music in the studio all the time. Like I'm there too most of the time. No, not most of the time, a lot of time. I'm just saying it's work. It's work. And it's real. It's real talent. So celebration is definitely warranted. And I appreciate y'all for being here and supporting because I know I saw the streams go up on that Warrior song, which actually might be needed because I'm still waiting on, I'm missing people. I have people, what time you going live? I'm going to be there. I'm coming in and I don't see them yet. We do have things to get into, but I feel like we need to. Maybe we're missing. Let me see. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna change the vibe to. We're gonna get into a real warrior vibe right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Get up.
Oh Lord.
Get up.
Gonna hit mute. Hey.
Dopest.
We are the dopest, baby.
Dopest.
That means number one. That means on top. That means winning. Twisted.
Bitches, we got 'em. We riding, blowing shit up. Osama bin Laden, making big plans, big things. We plotting, yeah, taking over the game. Now I could make a name full of fame, roll around in paper. The other things that makes the fame, all the fakes and haters. I know they see me throw the deuces, then I see them later. Everybody asking questions like, what's up with Frazier? On that new shit, I got some new chicks.
On that new
new
shit,
hits, man, I thought you knew this.
Energy.
You want the realness, fresh, I am the realness.
Yeah.
Whole new wave up in this bitch. Do I have mods in here? Because we are being spammed.
Stacking dollar bills, too much money, I can
Let's get to work.
Get up.
Dopest.
We the dope.
Get up.
Keep your day job, baby. But I love you.
Warriors.
Yes.
Get up.
We the dope.
Get up.
We the dope.
One's for the money.
Yeah.
For the show. Three
DJ Corleone, baby.
know we about to blow.
Oh.
And if you don't, it's because you niggas ain't listening. First place, so don't ever ask
What
for
my
my position.
position is.
King of my city, got a key to my city. Bet I beat anybody I meet to see in my city. I wanna be in my city. If you ain't chilling with me, I'm a villain, a beast, and I be killing the beast. Let's go. Be murdering tracks with my snap back on. Go home, fuck your bitch and put my hat back on. I'm the man.
Yeah.
Got a lot of niggas hating, I ain't playing with them. I'ma prove I'm the best, have them playing my jams in the crib or the whip and wherever I am. Never been in the Navy, but I'm a veteran and you can compare me to them and see how much better I am.
Hey.
Let's get up.
I feel like some chastising is coming on. I see something coming in. I'm sorry. I love y'all, my team. But y'all, come on now.
We the dope.
We are the dopest. We are the best. And yes, that is the very first mixtape back in 2014. Yeah, been doing this. Anyway, so let me get back to my background music because I need my background music. Yes. Now I'm about to. I see some emails coming in. Baby Yoda, what's going on, baby? You sending me something? What is it? I don't have time. What is it? I'm talking to you, baby.
You asked me for the song.
Yes.
Which one? Oh. Yes. Okay, let me grab that. We got time for that. Okay, I saw it come in, but I don't see it. Oh, here it is.
Got my mail, y'all.
Oh, shit. Is this an ad? All right. Yeah, we're going to play. I'm not even gonna say her name because technically the trial's still going on. We've been trying our best not to divulge, match up the Jane Doe with the person, even though we were doing that prior to the trial. We were doing that. I have to, my line, I'm not gonna lie. But since we're in the heat of the moment, I don't want to be involved in any type of espionage. Any issues.
The court said that she requested to be addressed as Jane.
She absolutely did.
So we'll respect, follow suit, Miss Jane.
Okay, let me find this thing. I'm like, where'd the thing go? Hold on, I'm coming, y'all. Feel free to have a conversation. Say hi to the chat.
I want to say we should celebrate ourselves tonight. All our followers, all our mods, all just us warriors, everybody that's been hanging there with us, especially over 2 years, and just just staying upbeat, doing the work, keeping up with the work and information, and keeping up the positive energy. We're all safe. We kicking this pandemic ass, I believe, because we'll always come back. Everybody's here, and I say salute to us.
Breaking news.
Oh shit.
Claire.
Hold on, baby. I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. Okay, so we have Azriel. Says Heart Broke Free featuring Dion Gill, special video version. I'm pretty sure she would want this shared, so I'm not worried about a strike. If I get a strike, I'm calling her daddy, even though I don't know if he, I don't know. Okay, so
I reshared it on Twitter, so I didn't get in trouble.
They're not gonna strike you on Twitter. Okay, we're good though. I'm gonna play the song. Let's go.
Coming on the air with breaking news.
Okay, we lost Goddess for a minute.
Oh.
So she'll be right back.
Yeah, she'll be right back. Just a technical
so let's see who else is in the chat. Hazel is in there. Warriors are the dopest.
Wow, Wayne, Hazel. Who else we have?
Chrissy's there.
Andrew. We got Andrew, Chrissy.
Oh, Nectar was all in the chat talking trash. There she is.
I picked myself out. Hold on. I don't know what just happened. Let me roll this back, child. Hold on now. They don't want it. They don't want us to be great. They don't want it. All right. Let me share the screen again. Yeah, all of a sudden I was just like, I guess I clicked something different. I told y'all I have a different setup tonight, so just bear with me. Here we go. Yeah, she does look beautiful there.
Azriel Clary, she was one of Azriel Clary. Azriel Clary.
She's redefining the word sniper.
Nothing to live from here. It wasn't written in my destiny. Telling me I'm what you're telling me. Baby, what about me? I'm not here. Nothing to live from here. It wasn't written in my destiny.
Yes.
Yes, I love the instrumental on it too. Great instrumental.
Oh man, that is so beautiful. How dare he hold back that gift? Breakthrough as Breakthrough Jane Doe #5. Breakthrough baby girl. Fly. Fly.
Yeah, that was beautiful. Yeah, I mean, it's upsetting to know that, you know, this could have been stifled. I'm glad she's out there doing her thing, being herself, doing her, you know. This is a rough
she didn't give up. That she didn't give up.
Yeah, she's a survivor. She's a warrior. Yeah. Definitely happy for her. So let's get back to talking about this stuff here. What's going on? So a lot is going on. So I want to first talk about Linda Minch. Linda Minch, child. We have another, I hate to say it like this, but someone passed away who could have been a part of this trial. I don't know. We found out that Linda Minch, who was R. Kelly's attorney for 4 years, actually, before Greenberg, she was actually mowed down, like hit and run, while she was in the park in Chicago, right? It was in Chicago.
Yes.
You can see here, Chicago police are investigating after a 70-year-old Linda Minch was struck and killed in Garfield Park on the West Side Thursday. So what we do know is that she left R. Kelly back in 2018.
Yep.
Queen Keish, welcome back. I have something up. I'm just going to read. This is actually from the Chicago Police Department. Entertainment attorney ID'd as woman 70 killed in Garfield Park, hit and run. Now, mind you, this happened on Thursday. I don't think I saw the report until this morning. So it sounds to me like they had to figure out who she was. They had to get her ID. Okay, so it says Chicago police are investigating after a 70-year-old woman was struck and killed in Garfield Park on the West Side Thursday. Linda Minch was identified as the woman killed, according to officials. Minch was struck in the 300 block of North Central Park Avenue about 3:50 p.m. by what police said was a black-colored 2007 GMC Savannah 1500 cargo van with a White Sox, Illinois license plate 11285WS. In case you out there in Chicago. I mean, not to say that she was somebody I would necessarily advocate for, but I don't think anyone deserves to die like that. I mean, that to me sounds like it was intentional. I don't know. It could have been a 187 child.
I think it was intentional because they said the driver got out, checked, and then got back in.
The driver got out to check to see if her pulse was still beating and then left. What the hell? What's going on? Like, we cannot have any more bodies dropping around this trial.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So what does anyone know? I see Atmos Love Zone is in the building. Thank you for popping in here. Welcome back.
Hey, Atmos.
Hey, Atmos. I don't find it no coincidence that bodies are now dropping, that we're in the R. Kelly trial season.
I mean, I would hope that it's a coincidence, but I don't know. I don't feel that it's a coincidence. So we had
She definitely is part of, or was, I'm sorry, was part of the Chicago federal and state trials because she was the money person, in fact, fronting and actually kept some of R. Kelly's money on a concert that was announced. I think it was an international or a national tour. Money was paid and never was paid out. She obviously knew a lot because she is a more recent attorney, and it is very I just don't I don't want to speak it in the atmosphere, but I'm just find it very odd that here she is 70 years old walking in the park. So even though she's 70, she must have been physically okay. She's out there getting a good walk on and then gets mowed down, right? It's just weird.
Mowed down.
She's one of the oh, thank you. Oh, thank you, Abby. Thank you.
I was like, gonna take it down. You acknowledged it now. Okay. He's not lying. I have to say.
You know, it was mentioned in the article, Chicago Tribune, I believe, that two of his attorneys in 2018, once he found out federal investigation was going on, you know, and as well as a few staff members that had forked over the 20 tapes to authorities. It was mentioned that she's one. I'm assuming that this is one of the lawyers that pulled out away from him, and they said that they had been cooperating with the federal government. So I find it's something to be looked into or keep our eyes on, especially. But they said they're still investigating, so I think that they're not gonna just, you know, dismiss it like, you know, like a freak accident or nothing. I think it was intentional, but we could be wrong. We don't know. But I believe that we will get an update with this. We will keep our eyes open and pray nobody else come up deceased. I pray to God nobody else come up deceased.
I promise you, they're going to be looking into this if we get one more drop. If one more body drops in the dang trial, they need to get an investigator on this right away.
You know, they go in threes. They go in threes.
Hey, there's a lot of feedback. There's a lot of feedback coming in.
Okay.
It might be me with the Bluetooth. Is it new or was it always there?
It's been going on for a minute.
Okay, I'm gonna turn my Bluetooth off. It might be a problem. Thank you for that.
I hope they don't have the R.
You're welcome.
Teamwork makes the dream work, baby. Now this is what got me booted out last time. So just if I get booted out, just keep the thing going. You know how to do. You know.
Wow. But she's an entertainment attorney. Well, I said it right there. Everybody see that. That's something. Oh my goodness. I'm glad they got the license plate.
So
I'm so glad. And I hope they find the bastard. Mm-hmm.
Does it sound better?
Yeah, sounds good now. You know, she actually, now that I think about it, she was in that Chicago federal indictment. Her name was mentioned, remember?
I thought the name looked familiar. I just didn't remember where I've seen her.
She actually, it was in the Chicago federal indictment that got us read way back.
Way back.
Years.
Yeah, I remember her last name. I was like, dang, I read her somewhere. I remember reading something about her. And I couldn't remember if it was exactly with him or with another person, but it's confirmed now. So it was her.
Yeah, most definitely.
Well, you know what? The lady has now transitioned. That was a horrible way to die.
Yeah.
Horrible way to go. After 70 years on this earth, sounds like she was pretty successful. If she, had the likes of R. Kelly. I mean, honestly, he was a star in his own right at that time. So I would have to say, may she rot in hell, because I do know that she was the one to suggest. Let me pull that tweet up. Some people were like talking shit about her on Twitter. Let's see. We need to report you to the front of the congregation immediately. James Doe number 5 said under oath that you advised her to move in with R. Kelly and be homeschooled. You understand that? But this person is free R. Kelly. We're free Joy over here. But we were free Azriel. I mean, I don't want to say names, but we were free that. But she made it back. She made it home.
Because remember, we wanted to know which lawyers advised him when he said they was going to come up with a game plan. I was wondering which lawyers that was, and it was her. One of.
This tweet, I'm trying to see. One of them was from like 20. It was an old tweet, like 2007 or something. But this one says not 7, but 2017, I think. This is ridiculous. Now, R. Kelly lawyer advised asshole. Oh wow, to move to Chicago and do online school while underage. Though, so y'all trying to exclude that bogus permission slip. Blah blah blah. I mean, so basically, all I'm putting out here to say is that, and then at the bottom it says was his lawyer before Greenberg, because we talked about this a few times. Like, well, who was the lawyer before Greenberg? Because we heard a couple of things that involved her, or maybe just during her time frame of working with him, she was involved in a lot of payouts, cover-ups, and a lot of sweeping under the rug. So the fact that she got literally hit by a cargo van in the park, Central Park West, whichever Central Park is. Central Park, typically Central Park is like, that's nice area. We know she had money. Like Love Warrior said, she done took off she ran off with the bag. She,
and some dirt on Kel's behind. That's what it is.
Yeah, she had a lot of dirt on him. And being that they were not attorney-client anymore, I don't know that she's held under that privilege of attorney-client privilege, which is to keep quiet, basically, and have the authority to do so, being that you're his lawyers. Being that if you're not a lawyer anymore for this person, and she made sure to announce it, she and the publicist, I think they bowed out about the same time.
Yes, they did.
Shit was hot.
Okay.
It says, I have an article here about that. Oh, did you want? Go ahead, beautiful. Go ahead. You had something to say.
I wonder who is the second attorney, because they said it was 2 attorneys, the publicist, and then several staff members. They all pulled out.
Remember, he had an LA attorney, a Beverly Hills attorney, actually, who was pretty. He was notarized. He was what am I looking for? He has some notoriety.
Notable.
Yeah, okay, notable. We'll do that. Yeah, but he, I think he passed away though since, but I believe he was also one of the attorneys back a few years ago. Well, yeah, yeah, he gone too. But I think he passed before, maybe, I mean, it could have been when the feds were investigating, but before the trial for sure.
Wow.
I want to read a little bit.
Anybody be around Kells, just say bad luck, bad vibes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, everything he touches seems to turn to shit. I don't know what it is. Who put that stank on him? I don't know what that is, how you get that funk and that stank on you, but at the same time, you make it to such heights as he did. I mean, you can't deny. He called himself an icon. I mean, at this point, I don't know if we can call him that, but musical genius. I mean, I'm not mad at that. I mean, because musically, and I'm not talking lyrics, I'm just talking the arrangements, just being able to just throw something out there in 15 minutes. You know what I'm saying? And it becomes like a world great hit here. Can't take that away. However, there's issues that overpowered that. And when he infused his issues with that then got him canceled. So, or, matter of factly, some people still out here who run for this motherfucker.
But his legacy is forever tarnished. Whatever the highest heights that he was, the genius that he was, is forever tarnished by who he is, a pedophile.
Absolutely.
He misused his gift. He's in the worst way. He really did. He could have made a whole new movement. He could have been an advocate for what do you call it? He could have made a whole new movement, especially, allegedly what he went through as a child. But, instead he became ringleader of being a perpetrator.
Well, just, in case you're joining us, R. Kelly's former attorney, just, as previous, it hasn't been that long. 2018 is a couple years ago. She was with him for 4 years, and they found her dead in the park, Central Park in New York. And they had to investigate to find out who it was. It took 2 days to actually put the report out. So she got hit pretty badly. And it was reported that the driver got out, checked, and I think it was to check and make sure she was dead. and then kept going. So if that don't sound suspicious to y'all, I don't know who raised you. I'm jealous. I wish I was raised in a bubble like that. Like
At
seriously.
3:50 in the afternoon, broad daylight.
Right, broad daylight, no shame, just she gotta go.
They meant business. They meant business.
And I feel like
they got that license plate on there.
There's a hit list,
whoever
I
did
feel.
it.
Yeah, there's a hit list, I feel, with Greg Landfair, Rashawn Landfair's dad, passing away with a quote unquote heart attack. I mean, we could all tell he probably wasn't in the best of shape, but he was like, what, 56 or something like that? Way too young for that, in my opinion. However, there was a lot of stress on the man, being that girl's father, or that woman's father now.
Yeah.
And especially probably enduring threats and harassment from Kelly and his people, because they don't want him to testify, right? Because that man really had
because he was supposed to cooperate. Not just LaShawna, but her parents too as well. They tried to play tough, but then when it came down to it, no, y'all gonna talk this time. You're gonna talk. But I just pray that nobody else passes away, especially from his supporters, his runners, or whatever you want to call it, because of the harassments, the death threats, and everything else. And these people are actually trying to carry these missions out. Even if he didn't hire them or tell them to do it, they're putting it out there like they're doing it on his behalf, which is, But if he wasn't never guilty from the first time of putting hits out on people, even on his own brother, then maybe he wouldn't get accused, even if he didn't do it. He has a history of being playing a hand in it, him and his camp.
Exactly. So, well, I mean, anybody have anything else to add about this? It's unfortunate that it's not even surprising to me. It was surprising, but it wasn't surprising at the same time. If that makes sense. Yeah.
That's something.
So I'm putting something in the chat. So I'm trying to kind of distract it, but let me just. So I want to let me just check my notes before I move on, because I'm ready to move on from Linda Minch. I mean, you did a 70-year stint on Earth, and you tangled up with a monster, and you had to flee this monster, and then look what happened. I hope that wasn't related, honestly, because that's messed up. That means that she was probably enduring threats, and she was probably, getting, I guess, warnings like, don't do this, don't do that, don't talk to them people, don't do this, don't go there. I don't know.
Wonder when we find out when she's scheduled to go to New York. You never know.
There was this movie called The Devil's Advocate. Did y'all ever see that movie?
Yes.
Devil's Advocate. Kelly. Sound familiar. Who was the star?
Al Pacino.
Yes, I saw that. Okay.
R. Kelly is the devil's advocate. Remember how he killed this attorney and all that?
He was vicious. Yeah. There's a hit list. I'm telling y'all. I mean, honestly, we need to start really looking and keeping track of this. This could be a pattern. We have a long way to go. Got a long way to go with this trial.
I be having notes. I be writing it down every time we go live. I put the date, what time we started, everything. Oh.
But yeah, I don't know if I put out there that we are open to, if you want to collaborate with us about this situation, you want to come on the panel, feel free. We are Warrior Gang. Don't get it twisted, but we are open. If you're here and, even if you have a different opinion, if you can be respectful, come on in. I'm gonna put the come on. Icing things up tonight. I want to know what you got on your mind. I want to know, even if maybe you might be mad. I don't know. But if you know how to handle yourself and have a conversation like a grown, intelligent person, feel free to come in.
Yeah.
Feel free to come in, child. Okay. I wanted to, and if you do, please, again, not just be respectful, but have some insight or some poignant question, something. Don't just, we don't want to just hear you breathe. That's all I'm saying. Congratulations for having those breaths, because it is something to celebrate. I'm just saying, take it for granted. But I just wanted to make sure because, smart people only over here. Hashtag smart people only. So let's see. Where are we at? I know that Dame Dash, we were going to talk about him last live, but we didn't get to that. Mm-hmm. So let's do that. I have a video. I hope I'm going to go ahead and share it. I'll be crossing my fingers. But it kind of takes some of the work away. So I'm going to just give it a go. Mm-hmm. Y'all see that screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Wait, let me fix that volume. It's low. Okay. It's already almost. I didn't even have it at the beginning.
It's almost amazing to me that I'm the guy that was with Aaliyah.
Do you think you would have married her one day?
Yeah.
Did you hear all this other stuff in the news with R. Kelly? How does that make you feel about him?
We talked about it up to the point where it hurt. And then she said, I don't want to talk about it.
First of all, this has to be a hard time, this anniversary coming up. Aaliyah's passing. What goes through your mind?
Well, it's amazing that it's been so long, but it still feels like yesterday. Like literally, I was reflecting today. There hasn't been one day since she's passed, not one, in the 20 years that I haven't either heard her name, heard a record, or seen a picture of her. Every single day she's present in my life, and I feel lucky for that.
What did we lose by losing her? Where would she be today?
It's where the world would be today.
Right.
The trajectory of the world would have been a lot different had she been on this planet, because she was an opinion leader. She was one of those people that if she did something first, everyone followed suit. So yeah, she was just building herself as a brand. So again, the trajectory of the world would have been a lot different because she was a very.
She looks so happy right there.
Do you think you would have married her one day?
Yes, she did.
Happy and free.
The plan was because we were both so busy. So while she was the movie in Australia, I was shooting Paid in Full. So I couldn't fly to Australia to go see her. She was gone for 4 months. And when she came back, she had to be in LA to rehearse for a video while I had to do whatever I was doing. I had companies to run. So we would have such a good time when we saw each other. It was like, it just always felt fresh. So our thing was, let's see if we can tolerate being around each other with no distractions for 6 months. If we still have this same feeling, then we'll get married. But our intention at first wasn't even to be in love. We were just really good friends. And we fell for real. It was almost an accident. But what I learned from that, number one, I didn't know what being in love was. I didn't even understand what that feeling is. And I was able to really achieve that with her. So now I know what it feels like. So I was able to, and after she passed, it changed my whole life because I would only do what I love. I would only be around people I love. That became the only currency I cared about is how I felt. But everyone here is either going to lose someone they love or they're going to be lost to someone they love. We're doomed the day we're born. So in between that, we have to enjoy life and marinate the things that really count. But I never thought about what it would feel like to lose my girl.
You didn't want her to go, did you?
No. So she was shooting a video in Miami. And I had my son and my nephews with me. And, she was very supportive. She particularly liked Freeway, his voice. And she was supportive of everything I was doing. She was like, while I'm in Miami, I had the state property down there, which was a group.
Yeah.
And she was going to do a record with Freeway. So I was like, all right, I'm going to come down to you. I'll bring the kids, make a vacation, work, the whole nine. So when we got there, Hype was making this video. And I know Hype got off of Big Pimpin' where I had to cut the video. You know what I mean? Because I just been bread. So I was like, he's going to make you do another day. Don't do it. Trust me, it's just so he can spend money, And sure enough, she came home that day. And I had a big house. I rented this house. And she's like, I'm going to, there. And I was like, I just thought that it wasn't necessary. I knew that was going to happen. And then when she actually saw the plane, she We had the Blackberries. And she said, I don't like this plane. And I was like, well, don't get on it. And she was like, well, I got to because I got work to do. She got on the plane, and she always had a very serious fear of planes in general. Mm-hmm. So she had to overcome a fear to get on that plane on the way there. But what I was really more tight about was that I had heard that Lenny Kravitz had offered her a jet, and then Hype had took the jet. So that's what really pissed me off about the situation when I heard about that. So you could ask Hype about that.
That's what. Have you ever talked to Hype about it? Yeah. And how did that conversation go?
Ask him.
Mm-hmm.
But I also am asking you.
Yeah, but ask him.
I feel like you had some things to say.
Because of my respect for her family, her music it's just coming out, but everyone's very respectful of her memory. No one really speaks on it because that's the circle of people she had around. So out of respect for her memory, I don't say a lot of things.
Tell me about that day. Where were you?
I was getting my hair cut, and I was waiting for her. So, she was trying to get back really quickly because we were trying to see each other. She said, I'm gonna get on the first thing smoking. And that day I waited in the house and I was getting a haircut. And when they told me that there was a crash, it was her mom that told me, and they said they didn't find all the bodies yet. So they didn't know if she was still alive. But for me, I was like, so it's a wrap. So I hadn't finished my haircut. And I took all of her clothes out of my house and everything. And I went to go see her mom because I just didn't want to be triggered. I was not embarrassed to cry about losing Aaliyah, and I'm still not. But I cried hard in front of people that thought I was weak. I mean, I still had to get myself together and fight because there were things that were going on.
We actually have video of you. You're at her funeral where you're very emotional.
Yeah, I told you.
Remember that day? Remember that day?
I don't revisit it often because it hurts. So it's not like I visualize it, so much. I see pictures sometimes. But a lot was going on in that moment.
There's a report that to get on that plane, she may have taken something. There's a new report out.
Yeah, I read it.
What did you think about that?
I didn't really think about it. It's like, what am I going to do? The difference doesn't make at this point.
You also said that her death and then your mother's death shortly after, it changed you, it turned you into a monster.
Yeah. It made me feel it. Because I know what real pain feels like and I've dealt with it. Can't be nothing worse than that. There's a couple of things that are a little worse than that, or up there. But overall, if it ain't that, then I'm not really concerned. And death can't be so bad because you're going to be with the people you love, so it makes you not fear it. So there's no fear. It made me fearless. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not scared of anything.
You talked about the music coming out now, finally. It took a minute, and the estate wasn't happy about it. Does the estate want that music out?
I don't know.
Do you think it should have been out a while ago?
I'm a fan. Of course.
And you feel like you're ready for that rush of Aaliyah that will come out where people will be playing the music so much more?
There was a time when she first passed, a lot of what I did to escape was I went out every night. And what everyone knew in New York was when I walked into a club, do not play any Aaliyah. But it just took me a minute. It was a process. I couldn't even look at her movies or anything for a while. But now, you never heal, but you learn to live with. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So now I embrace hearing her music because there's signs to me. It means she's talking to me.
It still messes with you, doesn't it?
No, it doesn't mess with me. I mean, it messes with me that she's not here. But I have no regrets about the way I, approach things because that's the way you're supposed to approach things. I did what I was supposed to do. I could have never known anything like that would have happened.
Yeah.
In hindsight, had I known that, then yes, I would have actually broke boundaries and definitely did things to make sure she was safe. But I could have never imagined that type of could have happened. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But she was the coolest. The only person I know as cool as her is Rocky and my daughters. But she was definitely different. And she didn't want to deal with the bullshit. Like the things that had happened in the past, she told me leave it alone.
I was going to ask you about that.
I figured you would.
It's back in the news again. You said that after hearing some of the stuff about R. Kelly, you would need therapy. What did you mean by that?
when you hear about things and you can't do anything about it, you have to internalize. So I have to figure out how to release it so it doesn't turn into cancer in my body. That's what I meant.
Now that we have been told things that they were indeed married, that he
I knew all that.
Did y'all ever talk about it?
Like we talked about it up to the point where it hurt. And then she said, I don't want to talk about it no more. Leave it alone. And when she would, I kind of didn't want to know because I would have to respect her wish no matter what. And her wish was, leave it alone, let me heal, let me rest, I'm in love, let's just enjoy this.
She had moved past it.
Yeah.
She was trying to.
100%.
She ain't moved past it yet.
Mm-hmm. As you hear all this other stuff in the news with R. Kelly, how does that make you feel about him?
I don't want to say.
I think there were all things, for all of us, that there were things that kind of surprised and shocked us.
I was just shocked at how long he got away with it. How many people that looked the other way. How many people were still, involved with him in any kind of way, knowing all those things.
What's your one memory of Aaliyah? What's the memory? What is the memory that you think of? A moment, a conversation, a trip?
No. Well, we took this one trip to Nevis off season, and no one was there but the monkeys. I got the pictures. It was us on an island for like a couple of days, and we really felt like we didn't need anybody but us. It didn't matter about fame. It didn't matter about money. The wealth was our love, and no one was watching. It's almost amazing to me that I'm the guy that was with Aaliyah. Like, I'm almost a fan of myself. Like, who is that guy? Who could it be that cool to be with Aaliyah? Like, who could have actually been with Aaliyah? Me. Crazy. So I gotta appreciate that.
Every year the legend grows, and you were part of that legend. What do you think that people should remember about her? What is the thing? What
she presented to them? Great music and swag, the coolest.
The coolest. She was the coolest.
Shout out, baby girl Leah.
Yeah, shout out to Aaliyah. I'm not the biggest Dame Dash. I mean, there's certain things I do like about Dame Dash, but for the most part, I'm not usually advocating like Dame Dash. All right, but in this case, I do, because I feel like he was putting his little heart out there, and men don't like to be vulnerable, especially not him. Oh no. Okay. Unacceptable. So that takes a little bit of heart. I think he felt enough for her to say at least that. I wish somebody would just speak on it though. Like, she would want that right now.
I think
maybe then not, because she didn't want to mess up her career, but
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I didn't have nothing to say.
Oh, felt like I was cutting you off. Okay. Well, with all of that being said, I want to share something real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is well, first, there's two things. I guess this one might be first. Hold on. Y'all see this? It's a newsman.
Yes, I can see it.
Yes.
Okay.
Problem of the promoter, but we just talked.
Hold on. Let's start the beginning.
2 days after it was suddenly canceled, concertgoers still upset about what happened at an R. Kelly show in Tolleson. The singer refused to come on stage, and dozens of people started throwing everything from bottles to chairs. ABC 15's Nick Vincent joins us now with more. And this happened after Kelly himself canceled, but people aren't mad at the singer.
No, they think this is really the problem of the promoter, but we just talked with that promoter, and he says that while some people paid as much as $500 for tickets, money is going to be refunded to the concert goers. The issue is, when is that going to be happening? Especially now that in the last couple of minutes we found out that there's a lot of controversy about whether or not R. Kelly actually was paid.
R. Kelly will not be performing.
Right after the announcement is made, anger erupts, screaming, everybody mad, breaking down fences, and throwing chairs onto the stage.
That's the P-High, y'all.
2 days later, Jocelyn Rollins is still mad.
We got nothing. We all just sat and waited with anticipation.
But not at R. Kelly. She's mad because despite promises of a refund, she hasn't gotten one penny of the $250 she paid for tickets back.
I want to know who's going to be responsible for refunding the money back. We didn't cancel. You guys canceled.
In a video posted to his Facebook page, Kelly says he canceled Saturday's show because the promoters never paid him.
They told me they had the money, so when I got here, the money wasn't here. So it's not nothing personal against my fans. This is business, y'all, and I hope y'all understand.
The promoters, meanwhile, have posted a message to their Facebook page saying that while they will be refunding people's money, they will also be pursuing legal action against Kelly.
I'm not mad at him. I'm mad at the promoters because they're the ones that got the money in their pocket.
Now, just in the last couple of minutes, we talked with the promoter, and he sent us receipts showing that, in fact, R. Kelly was paid $70,000. He knew that he was going to get some of that money later on.
He's a liar.
So while there has been assurances that the people are going to get their money back, this could be an ongoing legal battle.
Oh my goodness. I didn't even see the last part of that when I first watched it. Okay, well, let's show what really happened. I'm into, I like receipts and I like to see the real deal. So let's look at what, I think this is the same one. I'm not sure. Am I right, Miss Della? Or is this just another one he done messed people up at? You there, Miss Della?
I'm here. There it is.
This is the one that he talking about on the news? Okay, well, I'm going to play this anyway. It don't matter. This is something else. It's the same thing.
Hey, $300 motherfucking dollars to come see this motherfucker. He didn't show. I got a bunch of bullshit for my motherfucking money. In Phoenix, we need our motherfucking money back. No bullshit.
Our Kelly came down here and told us the fuck out, spent $500 to be here, and there's nothing. Spent cash money in this bitch.
I think that money is non-refundable. I think it is. I think it said the money was non-refundable.
Get my motherfucking money.
I
don't give a fuck. Fuck R. Kelly. Fuck you. You son of a bitch. Fuck you, your dad, mama, and everything. You son of a bitch. Fuck you, R. Kelly. You and your mama.
Oh.
And your kids, your wife, and any motherfucking thing else you got going on.
Oh.
Bitch. Put me on YouTube. I don't give a fuck. I bought these motherfucking chairs and I'm taking the motherfuckers with me. You motherfucking right.
Hey, you know this about to, you know we gonna blow up once we post this. You'll be the first. It's going on World Star like a motherfucker. It's going on World Star. This shit going on World. Look, is R. Kelly leaving?
He leaving. I know R. Kelly
shit. It's not us. I know that you can't handle it. The promoters doing it. Fuck you guys. I understand how you do it. Oh. I think they said on that ticket that money was non-refundable.
Yeah, I thought they non-refundable.
I think they said that was non-refundable.
I get no bumpy ride. Let's take it slow, half on the baby.
He left.
He ain't none of that. In that fucking car.
Mama.
Shit.
Mama.
He
leaving. He leaving.
That's not my. I want my.
R. Kelly, he gone.
God damn it. I want my.
Yeah, R. Kelly.
Why the fuck would he come all the way out? That's some bullshit. Like.
Oh, I'm about to post this up, boy. Y'all already know this going on World Star. World Star, huh? Get your money, huh? Yeah, R. Kelly was in that thing. He told us to get from backstage.
Oh, you seen him?
Hmm?
You saw her?
Yeah, he was up in the trailer thing. He said everybody got to get from behind that gate. Like, dang, okay.
You got a picture of him?
No.
She said you got a picture of him?
He was up in there.
She wanted proof.
R. Kelly did not show to the concert. R. Kelly, he ain't do nothing. Look at what everybody done did. That's Boo Boo.
That's the coochie herder? Like in punk rock?
Nah, R. Kelly left.
Oh shit, dude. That's fucking ridiculous.
Oh shit.
I should have played the news thing before that, I think, because it wraps it up. You know, it explains what the hell happened. But that is crazy. They said he got 70,000.
Yep.
I like the news sign that said unhappy people. All right, Goddess went out again. Let's see. Let's look in here. So Lucky Penny says, what kind of venue is that? Looks like a park. It was in Arizona, Lucky Penny, and it was at a park. And it wasn't that long ago. If I remember, I think it was 2017 or 2018 was that concert.
Well, you know what?
He should have brought his ass outside and explained it to him, not just leave people hanging like that.
That's right. Here she is. Goddess is back.
Back.
Okay.
Go ahead.
And $500. Woo.
Well, you know, it was 2017. I bought my ticket out here. This was before I knew his rest of his tour was canceled. And he was supposed to come to the Hard Rock. And he didn't show, and he kept stalling. The promoters kept telling us that he was coming from California, and he got stuck in traffic, and it was a big storm or whatever. And then they showed on the screen with him on his Sprinter that was empty and it looked nasty and trashed, McDonald bags and stuff, you know. And he up there talking about some, I'm coming, Vegas. I promise you, I'm coming. I'm just running a little late. And I kept thinking, like, they didn't even have the stage set up. So he could, they just trying to figure out how they going to tell these people that he ain't coming. And sure enough, they ended up running into one of the promoters that know us, you know, as far as me and the people that I was with. And he said that the rest of the tour was canceled. And, you know, they were trying to figure out how to tell people that would get the refund that he wasn't. And because I was thinking, like, you are Kelly, you in California, like, you couldn't fly or nothing. Like, it don't take that long to get out here. But that's when I researched, and I ended up finding out that, you know, the rest of the tour was canceled and he was being looked into. And that's how I came about with following up with all of this. But he kept, you know, making a joke, making Facebook videos, like it was something to, you know, to be taunting about. And, you know, that's bad business. I remember the Hard Rock said that was bad business for him to do that shit, too. Because he got paid. He did get paid for out here. And it was like, even whether it was true or not that his tour got canceled, he wasn't going to ever be able to be welcomed back out here again.
He didn't like paying his employees. And now he like taking money from hard-earned people, saving up, working hard, saving up their money to go to his concert and not taking the promoter's money and not showing up. He just a thief.
I remember the manager from the hotel. He was saying that he had heard that R. Kelly had started doing that, like he did in New Orleans too that year, 2017. He started forming a habit of being booked and getting paid and then not showing up.
He had to pay for all them houses and all them, all his harem of girls, feeding them and trying to pay off this one and pay off that one. Y'all remember on Surviving R. Kelly 2, where the employee was blacked out and was saying that he was strategic in paying his bills because he had to manage his money. You know, how did all these homes go into foreclosure? The man didn't pay his bill. He had to pay out all them damn lawsuits, and not pay his bills, trying to pay for things that, you know, like how can you be a superstar that big and not have one damn thing in your name? Nothing.
Remember when he was lying to Dominique and them, I mean to the girls that they was just gonna move or whatever, and the whole time he was being evicted, you know what I'm saying? And was just lying about it.
I don't think I knew about that.
They found out after the fact his ass got evicted because he
don't do nothing but lie, don't he? I bet you that book of his, that Solar Coaster book, probably was nothing but lies. I don't believe one word. I didn't read the book.
You know what? You're right. God is done. You made sense the last live. I never thought about that. That made a lot of sense. He probably did that as a distraction, or he became the damn sexual molester in the family. It probably wasn't even the other way around. It probably started with him. Ain't no telling what really happened.
Ain't no telling. And he ain't gonna tell it because we know he don't tell nothing.
He done told more lies than Pinocchio.
Gonna make a whole song called I Admit. And then that shit. I'm about to play something because we celebrate a mixtape, y'all. We celebrate a mixtape tonight.
Hey, Greenberg was pissed when he came out with that song. He said that he was advised not to do that.
Well, he should have apologized. So I'm gonna play the apology song. Our Father 3 mixtape.
Yes, apologize.
Just drop this project, baby. It's on. It's on. It's on. These women and these men and these boys and these girls deserve.
I just hope you hear me when I tell you I fucked up. Acted like I did, but I never gave a fuck once. You treated me like you needed me. I ain't give you shit in return, except for lack of compassion. Actions speak louder than words. I know it hurts you to hear it. I don't feel shit when I say it. Like when I told you I love you, fucked you, went missing for days and started blocking your calls. You only called me complaining. Called me fucking, no girl, don't know how you saw me the same. This is my apology. What's wrong with me? I know karma's a bitch and what I did is gonna follow me, and if I didn't invent it, it would eventually swallow me whole. Trip is you probably miss me still, and I honestly don't. It's my apology though, accept that you probably won't. Now the next nigga gon' get neglected, no fault of his own. I know you gave me your heart, all that you got was this song. Now you all up in your feelings, I feel I'm not in the wrong. It's my apology song.
Let him know, P.
It's my apology song. Yeah, this my apology song. This my apology song. Yeah. We were just some young niggas chasing a dream. Seem like we never make it, everything ain't what it seems. Niggas with multiple faces who never say what they mean. Cause when they look in the mirror, they really hate what they see. But you was my nigga though, at least it's the lines that you fed to me. I still remember every single word you said to me. Although we was just kids, you know how much it meant to me. Till I found out that the hate you been holding was meant for me. All the rumors I was hearing about me, you done made up. When I would beat a nigga ass, you bring your name up. You still think it was the hoes, you know that I can't come. Cause you chose to be a fake motherfucker, I ain't one. Cause you chose to be a fake motherfucker, don't play dumb. All I ask is when you see me, keep walking, don't say none. I waited for your apology, nigga, it ain't come. So I apologize to me for believing in day one. It's my apology song.
Yeah, R. Kelly should have been apologizing.
Yeah.
It's my apology song.
Making amends.
I think Ashanti McGee was
It's my apology song.
What was that?
I think when he performed there, Ashanti McGee was on that stage too. I believe so. I'm not 100%, but I really believe she was there then.
Who put something in there about somebody on stage? Oh, here, Queen. Queen said he had grown women on stage as a front. Yeah.
True that.
Look at all them clothes, leather and stuff, funky.
What's up, Mike Nice? Where you been? I'm glad you came back. You ain't forgot. That's all that's important. You ain't forgot. What's going on? This is the trial, baby. We've been waiting on this. I've been looking for you. This is the trial. We're here. We made it. Let me get him off my screen, child. I don't even know why that's playing.
He can't even. He gotta stand like that because of them bump.
That's why he got to wear them low hanging drop in the middle. That's what the drop in the middle was created for. These pants, people like him suffering. They can't even have nothing up on them.
I hope did no crab jump on that lady's hand that jumped up and grabbed him.
Oh Lord, wearing damn diapers and shit.
Right. Nasty.
All right, let me get him.
All the scrub in the world could clean that stage, honey, after stinking it.
And you know he didn't like to wear no drawers or under. We call them drawers in the South, but underwear. He was famous for not that.
Drawers, child. So he definitely, like I said, he should have been sitting up. He's gonna do admit. He ain't admit nothing. Listen, what R. Kelly should have been doing is definitely apologizing, making amends, being accountable, instead of sitting up here getting more and more humiliated. At every day at trial, we get more information that is sickening and wasting taxpayers' time and money with this bullshit. Yeah. Like, apologize for that. I think you need to just, R. Kelly, you need to just say, I'm sorry. Let me just do my time. Yes, I did it. Okay, let's do that. Let's just stop. Stop with this. I'm just saying. Somebody pass him a kite and let him know that I said that.
Right, folded up a piece of paper like he was doing all them years with his neck, all this, and tell him, shh, don't you tell nobody.
Oh, wow. Yeah, because
like, you had enough funky balls to do the crime, have enough funky balls to admit that you about to do your time.
And do the time.
Right.
And just
do
shut
it
your ass
quietly.
Don't be all dramatic, talking about you want to kill yourself. Nobody don't want to hear that. Like, just get over it, dude. Like, you spent your whole life. You 54 now, right? 54? Like, midlife. Midlife. You supposed to be having a midlife crisis right now, driving a Lamborghini or some shit, like having fun. What are you doing? You're in jail, dude. Like, you fucked up. We fucked your life up. Like,
with plenty of chances to correct itself.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So many chances.
To get it right.
2008. Matter of fact, 2003. So, okay, I keep remembering, I can't forget this. After the indictment, he had that whole 6-year break between the indictment and the trial, right? Well, when was it? 2003 that he got Miami police busted in on him and found that child pornography. Yeah, but they didn't have the proper warrant, or something was technically not right. So they let him off. But my thing is, why didn't they revisit that? I mean, what? Yeah. I guess that when they gave it back, they know he burned it. What he probably did was took it to a warehouse. That's probably what he did. The warehouse that now we have all those 100+ devices and digital, all the evidence. That's probably where that ended up.
Floppy disk, they said, and everything. Oh, fucking hoarder. Tour bus, everything was up in that warehouse. That lets you know he had years of savings.
I hear you, Mike. I understand needing a break from YouTube. Everybody should take a break if you can.
Yeah, we go off the grid from time to time.
From time to time.
And get this.
Well, I'm glad you're back. Get that stank off. So Hazel E. Bump is why he wrote that song. Oh, yeah, he did write that for B2K, didn't he? Bump.
Yes, he did. Yep, he sure did.
Oh my God, you guys are crazy. Look how
when we think back,
keep up with the young folks. Ass itching and burning. He was trying to keep them from rubbing his nasty balls. That's exactly what he was doing.
Did anybody else hear this? When he made that video, I'm not sure, but I want to say I read where when they said, when Diddy do a video with somebody, he likes to do orchestrate the outfits and everything else, and so he sent the outfits, and he was already in the dressing room for R. Kelly and stuff. And R. Kelly took the outfit off and put it back in the box and returned it, and it was funky, nasty. and it was a
Yeah,
hit
I heard
song.
that. I
It
heard
was a
that,
hit
Beautiful
song.
Spirit.
Okay, I
I
just
was
want to
just,
know, did anybody else hear that shit? Ain't he a
yeah,
son
I
of a
heard
beast?
that.
He's a son
You
of a
know,
beast.
you, you know, when we go back in retrospect now and listen to his lyrics, his whole life is about them. And you know, the bump, bump, bump. I mean, we laugh at it now, but damn, what was the literal meaning of that? You know,
Right.
it's like awful when we can relate to what he might have actually been saying because the man wrote everything, you know, in his lyrics.
Yeah, that's
He
true.
sure did. Told on himself the whole time. And that's why I don't understand people saying his music is separate. You can't confuse the two. He was a genius. Well, he infused the two with the lyrics and like his behavior behind the scenes. When we find out the behind the scenes, back and forth by Aaliyah. Now I can't. Like it was
I can't listen to it. Yeah.
Once we
I love
know and we have
Aaliyah.
heard it
I love
out of his,
Aaliyah and I have been playing her music. Gosh, it's so beautiful to hear her voice, but I skip over back and forth. I can't do it. I just can't.
you know, we know that the meaning of every song or anything he ever wrote, even other artists has confirmed it. It was about what he did with an underage child, whether it was a boy or a girl. So it's like once you know that that's what it's really about, it kind of makes you like, no, we're not going to be chanting his disgusting acts. No.
Well, yeah, and then if we're singing along to these lyrics of him basically admitting all the shit he's been doing with these children, we are then giving that energy and putting that energy even further out there for him to be able to continue. It's further support of his actions. So you know his behavior is backed up by energy.
Yeah.
So we shouldn't give him any. That's the whole point of Mute R. Kelly. Yeah. Keep that mute campaign going.
Yeah, that's right.
I want to say real quick to Angela, she said he should have let things play out in 2008. He would have been out to revive the rest of his career. And I agree with that. I said that before when we realized, so he was facing like what, 14 years? He probably wouldn't have done the whole 14. And that was in 2008. So yeah, he would have been out.
Yeah.
But at the same time he was being reinvestigated, he would have been getting out at that point with a clean slate. So he fucked up.
And he walked in with 3 out of court settlements or whatever cases and picked up over 6 during that trial.
Drea accused him of molesting a preteen in 2PP.
Yeah.
What is that? 2PP? I don't know what that is. Well, I just know too that we wonder and hope and pray that it's one of these Jane Does is not his daughter. One of his daughters. Because wasn't that one of the talk? One is the part of the talk on the streets.
Yeah, from the sealed documents from the divorce.
Yeah, they were sealed.
Yeah.
And sealed documents, right. And that's probably why there's probably some stuff in there that could be related to one of these cases or more.
And at one point, Drew didn't even want it to be unsealed. He said begging the judge, please don't unseal, you know. But no, feds gonna look at it, they're gonna unseal it. You can't stop that. Too late.
She wanted to keep it sealed, you said?
Yeah, when she showed up that one time in court, when they was in child support battle or whatever, and they were saying that the judge wasn't some things was gonna get unsealed, but they didn't make a decision at the time what would be public, you know, and not everything, but she didn't want none of it to be unsealed. Like she didn't want them to look into nothing. And that was when it came about where it showed where she had put in for the separation and stuff. And then she gonna say somebody forged her signature when she had the restraining order against them. And then she was like, she didn't do that. But it's your signature. They already had a specialist compare it. Like you're lying. And that came out, you know, she was just, I didn't understand that. Like she was up and down during that time. One minute she was in the height of the storm. Then next minute she was, you know, baby daddy, all this mess. You know what I'm saying?
She always did that bullshit. She always has.
Yeah. That and it's just, I don't know. I hope she takes a stand too. I really do.
Like who? I kind of blanked out for a second. Who were y'all talking about? Who's the? Oh yeah. Oh,
and how she's
that's what I was going to ask. I was going to ask, do y'all think she wants to keep it sealed for her own protection or to protect her child or both, maybe?
I think to protect her child.
Or children, because we don't know. Yeah, and herself maybe, because, the rumors are out there about how she was complicit in being sort of a madam herself.
Yeah.
Recruiting the girls, being a dancer, the lead dancer. Of course, the dancers are going to be prone to, what is it? Perversion from
LaBelle said that he slept with all the dancers.
Oh yeah, that's right. LaBelle. Shout out to LaBelle Jones. He did say that. I forgot. I'm getting to remind him to come back, but I'm gonna ask him to come back soon. He has good insight. Yeah, I just feel like just so many people have been done wrong. I feel like people being quiet about Aaliyah needs to stop. She's been gone 20 years. She herself, her spirit can't rest. She wants this out. She's seeing what this man is capable of, what he's been doing, what he's continuing to do. And she herself also, her spirit, I'm telling y'all, wants this to stop.
And you know what?
So y'all thinking he's getting out.
They say it's like out of respect, but nobody is speaking ill, disrespectful in her name. I mean, I just think her story should be told. She's entitled to that. She's deserving of that. They owe her that. All the people that failed her, they owe her that. It's like running from it is not going to help the situation. It's going to come out whether we alive or not, 100 years from now. It's going to come out eventually. But it's like, if you can make it right and do something for a change, just face it. Just face it. I think they all running from it. I mean, they all fall apart. They all get the, I just had to respect. And nobody disrespecting her. They would just want it. She's holding the truth to come out. I mean, the bastard needs to be exposed.
Right.
And everybody that played a part in it, whether it's our uncle, Hype Williams, or anybody else, because he was all connected to Black Ground Records and everything else too, with this old raggedy ass Jomo too.
Okay. Jomo. Who names it Jomo? What does that even mean? All I could think of is homo, even though I'm not, but I'm just saying, like, why would you name your kid Jomo?
Exactly.
So I'm texting y'all. I'm sorry.
It's okay, because we got to know what did Barry Hankerson mean when he said we wouldn't have shot her last video if he could do it all over again. Who is we? Is it you, Hype Williams, and Jomo? That's who it was. That's who you talking about. Y'all was able to schedule, reschedule, and orchestrate it, put it together. So yeah.
Yeah.
This shady deal, shaking, making deals and hiding his hand behind his back, doing the Trump.
So, all right, I'm finished texting. Okay, so let's move on, because I got things I like to continue to show and share with y'all. Let's see what's next. Let's do this. Yeah. Love this.
I love to see the man running with the camera.
Absolutely. Shout out to the evidence. Prosecution on the job. Having that as your job to like pack all that stuff up, organize all the evidence, label it, like upload it. I'm sure there was a lot of work that had to be done with regard to the evidence all by itself. Imagine having that job and having to look through all that shit. I mean that goes for both sides of the prosecution and the defense, because matter of fact, that reminds me of that tweet. Let me bring that back up. Where's that one tweet?
They're all in the street. Everybody trying to keep.
And I'm gonna say this too, because I saw this tweet on another channel. Someone sent me this tweet. I put it up the day we went live, and then another YouTube. So there's this YouTuber. She's not new on the scene. She's been around probably like 10 years from what I could tell. Her R. Kelly videos get like 10, 12,000 views. Like, she ain't no small potatoes, but she's not a regular R. Kelly reporting person. Like, she just kind of jumped on this bandwagon, I guess, when the trial came along. So she's not really abreast of like the stuff we are, as far as like behind the scenes stuff with the parents and the the Beehive, the YouTubers, like all the drama that goes on. Like we all in the loop over here. She doesn't know none of that stuff. So she basically, you're going to get from her what you're getting over here, but you're going to get more over here because we actually have our feet in the pool. We are not sitting on a lounge chair. So all I'm saying is, plain as Jane, stop doing midnight lives after you've collected shit from other YouTubers. That shit is not cool. And you have a big following. So if people see it from you, they're going to think that you are the only one with it. You need to be crediting people. Okay? Beehive. I brought that to YouTube. Okay? Just so you know. People probably don't know that, but I'm letting you know because I'm seeing you. Maybe I am hating. Let me check myself for a second. Am I hating on this woman?
No,
Maybe.
no, give credit where credit is due. That's right.
Because I guess some stuff she can't be blamed for, right? She probably don't know where it came from. You know, she probably just picked it up like everybody else, and you know, so that's fine. But when it comes to, I know when I get certain things or put certain things up, that's why I'm like, okay, I start putting a watermark on everything because I've never. But this happened to me before when I first came onto YouTube a few months in. Since day one, I don't know if y'all still watch her or know who she is. She's a YouTuber. She was also reporting on R. Kelly early on. And she would, I swear, I would post something and 20 minutes later, she would have the same title, basically the same story. She took everything I would put out because she has so many more people following her, they just took her stuff like it was the first report. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, for me to see that, it was annoying and frustrating. So now I'm here. I feel like I'm doing this all over again with this woman. So no, I mean, you know, it's cool. She has cool commentary and all that, but like, damn, like if you over here give credit, like if you see something, shout me out. Like we need people over here too.
Right.
You know, because we need support. We need support during this time. And I'm going to tell you why in a minute. But let's see. This tweet says, one of the weirdest minor takeaways from the trial has been that R. Kelly actually maybe isn't as illiterate as his legal team has claimed, ? And this is from, she's a reporter who's covering the trial. He sent many lengthy texts, according to evidence. So he's not using the phonetic texting like everybody assumed. He was just speaking into his phone to have the text messages be typed. He's texting. Oh, wait. Let me make sure I'm reading this right. He sent many lengthy texts. Okay, maybe he did it. They're saying from jail. Is that what I don't think you can do the phonetic. Maybe he did. I'm gonna just say, okay, let me take that back because I'm thinking they're saying in court. But I'm like, well, wait a minute, how's he doing that in court? So, okay, maybe he did it phonetically, but they're questioning it, and they're saying that according to evidence, and it's looked like he was looking at his lawyer's notes quite a few times. So he's reading. And I think I read somewhere else too that it was reported on Andrea, his wife or ex-wife. She had stated that she taught him to read at a point. So if that's the case, he's not as illiterate as everyone is, you know, claiming he is, including his lawyers, because that's what they run with and use as a scapegoat or an excuse for him. You know,
but he was seen writing and taking his notes and sliding to his attorneys during this current trial.
See, oh yeah, he did get the
right.
burner phone.
Right.
Yep. Oh, and then below
the table writing. That's correct.
Yeah, and below the tweet is another reporter, Noah Goldberg. Shout out to Noah. Yeah. R. Kelly may be illiterate, but he was perfectly capable of forcing his girlfriends to write handwritten letters as collateral, denying he had abused them. An accuser testified Wednesday. And that is true, because if he couldn't read or write, they could have written anything. They could have said, I love myself and I'm not going to do this, and gave it to him. You know what I'm saying? Like they could have just, but he knew what they were writing, and he made sure to check it before he sent it to his lawyers.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, is Linda Minch the lawyer he was sending his letters to keep for him?
Exactly.
Or had somebody else to preview it. Greenberg made it seem like he couldn't even spell cat.
Yeah.
No, I want to know, is the lawyer that was his lawyer for 4 years till 2018 when she left him, and she just got killed by being run over by a cargo van. Like, no, people, that's not a typical thing, you know, in the park, Central Park, where she probably lived near and probably was at that park every day. So it was somewhere they knew she would be. Yep. I wonder if she actually left the house a lot, or was she one of those people who only did certain things every day, like patterns, like I'm going to go for a walk in the park. She probably had a dog. I don't know. But the fact that if she was the holder or keeper of these letters, these incriminating letters that are now evidence that he sent to his lawyers instead of the people who they were intended for, like, for instance, the parents. Some of the letters of one of the Jane Does was to her parents, but she said her parents never got the letters. They went to his lawyers. Was Linda Minch one of those lawyers? Did she hold all of this evidence or testimony to corroborate these letters?
I believe she probably did have her fair share of letters, because even in the first trial, Ed Jensen had letters in, you know, the alleged NDAs. He even confessed that at his deathbed. So
he did. Oh, okay.
He told the people, you know, like, at least he confessed before he passed away.
She probably didn't know she was going to pass away. That's the difference.
Yeah, she didn't know. But I believe that she had some letters. If she helped him come up with that game plan with Jane, she probably do have some letters. They need to raid her home and office or whatever else. I'm pretty sure it'll come out. I hope so. I hope they bring it out.
Well, that'll be interesting after her passing, that they end up well, they would need a warrant still, wouldn't they? I mean, I'm sure stuff is going to somebody, maybe, you know, inherited wise, but it's, you know,
this rabbit hole
this is interesting to me. It's a rabbit hole, because now I'm feeling like I got some research to do, because I feel like this lady had a key to stuff that they were wanting to not have come out, even more stuff, you know. We're thinking we're hearing some shit. It's probably way more shit that we, you know, probably still going to be shocked and all about. I would think we're done being shocked. I mean, eating shit mask, face mask. I mean, what
we don't know. We don't know. We'll find out.
Or murder. I mean, I'm just saying. Oh, brother. Well,
wow.
Let me see here. Let me get this. What did I do? Oh, here we go. So I am not finished with these videos. I'm still sharing. Everybody good? Saturday night. Yeah. Looks like it's going on 9 here. So it's like going on midnight on the East Coast, where y'all time zones are at.
Miss Della, how you feeling? You okay? Yoda?
She doing a sit-up.
Oh, okay.
So what we saw there was the R. Kelly that we...
I'm here. I saw it.
Check it out.
I am handcuffed like a lot of you motherfuckers. I'm handcuffed by my destiny. It's too late. They should have did this shit 30 years ago. It's too late. The music has been injected into the world. Okay? I hired my motherfucking self. I want to propose a toast to all the strong motherfuckers in here right now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Motherfuckers like you is why I still continue to do what I do.
I have a basketball mentality. As long as I got the ball, the world is on defense. And these are all the people.
He no longer has the ball, so I guess we can all rest easy that we no longer have to be on defense.
Okay.
That's why his coat was flooding and shit. It's too little for him.
That's right. Let him know.
And he said you should have done it 30 years ago.
Yep.
I mean, don't bother me right now. You should have done it 30 years ago.
Right, basically. But I guess he was wrong, because they got you, baby. They got you.
He couldn't have done it without the strong motherfuckers. He couldn't have done it without them. That's how
he got you by the crusty balls in them leather pants. All the way.
Wow. Good. Yeah, he's right. They were strong. They was strong.
It's too late.
Too late.
It's too
It's too late.
Yes, too late, baby.
Oh,
It's
shit.
too late. That's right. I'm just saying. Let me see where we're at. So oh yeah, I have a news clip I want to play, and we can kind of talk through it if y'all want, because but they talk about some good stuff. So let me know if you want, if you just, if you have something to say, I can hear you and I'll just pause it if you want to just talk through.
Okay.
Let me make sure, let me put it to the front so I know which one it is. Oh, that's that one. Oh yeah, I got another video too. Ooh. Oh shoot. No, I don't have it up. Hold on, I gotta find the video. Damn.
Okay.
I think I sent that video to somebody. Let's see. I know I sent a video to somebody today. 11 minutes.
You want me to check and then email it to you? Yeah.
You have it? If somebody has it, yeah, send it to me because it's not here for whatever.
Okay.
I don't know why.
I got you. Sending it right now.
So y'all know coming up Monday is supposed to be John Doe #1.
Looking for that. Definitely looking forward to that testimony.
So our recap gonna be fire.
For sure.
Okay. Coming through. I'm emailing it.
Thank you.
You're welcome, darling.
And I think they said Cheryl Mack is supposed to be testifying also. That's what I heard.
Yeah, get her ass on the stand and get her ass in the
Bring their ass on. Bring the
Who has background on Cheryl Mack? What is Cheryl Mack supposedly good for having done?
Madam, the one that did all the transportation for the Mann Act.
The bookings of the planes and all that?
Yes.
All of it, yes.
Yes. And I think, isn't Cheryl Mack the one with the Jane Doe was signed over to?
No, that was Regina Daniels, right? No,
Regina Daniels was the PR lady that was with him for 14 years that he started messing with her stepdaughter.
Yeah.
Yeah. I emailed it. Got it done.
I got it. Thank you.
You're
I'm
welcome.
setting it up. So I think that was there's another one. Cheryl Mack. Who's the other one? Valerie Payton?
Yeah.
That's it. That's who she was signed over to.
Valerie Payton. Wait, there's a YouTuber. I wish I had the audio right here. She said Valerie Payton doesn't exist. She said Valerie Payton is a figment of our imagination. And I was like, these people will go to any length to lie.
His mother. That's just his mother. What is she talking about?
According to her, the lady don't exist.
And Juice is the one, like I said before, tried to get my family.
Juice is the trainer. So how did she not?
Trainer, yeah, they call her the trainer.
And the mom was using discount shit. You know what? Let me stop. I'm talking about a figment of imagination. Honey, please. She all in the indictment. Get her ass to all of them.
She's gonna be unveiled when she hits that stand. I have a feeling she also will hit the stand because she's not in shackles.
Because see, Cheryl Mack had forked over receipts to all kind of people with her trying to backtrack.
No, Cheryl Mack is not Juice.
No.
And not to mention, Cheryl Mack is the one that wrote that 4-page expose describing the abuse of the other Jane Doe known as V.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And
she had condos in her name for him. She was making arrangements and hotels and flights too as well, right along with the hairstylist, the rehabilitation madam. And she also was played a hand in having storage units in her name from allegedly when she got slapped in the McDonald's and she shook the keys and told him, "You forgot what I was sitting on," when he fired her. And that's when she started cooperating with the authorities, allegedly.
Well, Angela has a good point. She said, "And where these niggas at to testify for him?" And I say, that's right, because they're testifying for the prosecution. His boys, so far, that's his boy. He came to testify for the prosecution. I mean, you can't even make this up. Where's your family? Where are your friends? Where are the people? If you're so innocent, where are the people who are coming to your defense and your to come save you from this? You're still in jail after 2 years.
The fake sisters were there outside in the court. They got that's who was there.
Where's the strong? Where's all the strong motherfuckers that's been holding down all the time? Where they at? That's what I want to know.
Oh, the ones that were in the toast, the ones he was toasting to. They're lined up for the prosecution so far. Let's hear this little news. Oh, go ahead.
I'm willing to bet who was filming him. They was collecting the fork over to the Fed. I'll show you.
I think that was done on the tried to be done on the DL too. I don't think they had that like all up in his face. It was like down and to the side.
Yeah, you can tell by the angle. They couldn't even hold their toast up in the air because they was too busy filming.
They might have been already working with the feds because that's when he knew the feds was looking into him.
They did say it was undercover when that docuseries came out. That Fed agent that was sitting next to Lisa Vann with his face blocked out. Everybody missed that part. He said we got one more still on the inside. But our team, we pulled most of our team out. We hitting them from all angles. That's what he said.
Okay, let's listen to this. And like I said, chime in if you want to chime in on something, and I can pause it or whatever. But I'm not on the screen with y'all. If any of y'all who are mods and on the panel have the ability to see chat, I don't know if you guys are in the chat, but can you just hold that down too? Thank you. Okay. All right, let's go.
Get through this show without talking about the Pied Piper. Today marks day 7 of the R. Kelly trial. In a testimony, Tom Arnold, Kelly's former studio manager, testified that the singer docked his pay because he booked a male tour guide for Kelly and his girlfriend when they attended Disney World. Arnold told jurors that he finally got fed up with the singer's bizarre rules and quit in 2011, stating that Kelly always requested a female tour guide when on trips. The former employee added that the troubled singer would fine staffers for minor infractions, such as eating his donuts. R. Kelly is charged with 9 counts of racketeering in violations of the Federal Mann Act. The stories that we're hearing coming out of here, both Reese, Dr. Carr, the stories we're hearing coming out of this trial have been devastating, to say the least. This is a lot bigger than the Lifetime special that we saw, that everybody saw about R. Kelly. At this point, you're having people speak about in very great detail about sexual deviance, about physical punishments, about basically being held captive, about the rules of people who they weren't allowed to contact, that they had to let R. Kelly know and get permission before they went to the bathroom, that they couldn't go outside without a male escort. We're hearing more and more details, gruesome details in many cases, coming out of this trial. What are your thoughts thus far with what you've seen and heard, Reese?
First, I don't know if you know Faraji is still there, but I will say. I will say it's horrific, number one. And one of the things that I really hate, to be honest, is the way that Aaliyah is being dragged into this. Yesterday was the anniversary of her passing, or no, I'm sorry, her birthday. And, it's just, she's not here to defend herself. So it's just really horrific to hear her life being talked about in a way that she had completely moved on from that chapter in her life.
This is defending her.
Just because she's famous doesn't mean that her trauma or what she suffered from is any worse than anybody else. I mean, he's a predator. He is a predator, and he took advantage of people not just sexually, but with his power. I mean, he could go to jail for labor violations. I mean, he's just an all-around scumbag and piece of shit. And I don't think anybody
I heard nobody say that on the
here
news
and listen
channel.
to the stories that are just so plentiful, and still managed to defend him and still managed to come up with crazy notions that there's a conspiracy against him.
Yeah.
And why are you going after black men, at one side and this, that, and the other.
She sounds like she knows who we
He needs
know.
to be held accountable for his atrocities that he has conducted over and over again. And it's actually amazing that he isn't on trial for even more crimes. I think he's getting off quite easy with what he is alleged to have done.
Raji, I'm going to get you in here before we have to move on to our next story. What are your thoughts on the most recent developments in the R. Kelly trial?
First, I appreciate you, Reese, for making that, for bringing that to the light about Aaliyah. I think that it's interesting that the prosecutors decided to use her story, and I'm glad that they used her story, because so many of us probably were still in the dark about really how deep that rabbit hole goes in terms of, him starting to even look at Aaliyah at the age of 12, and then having sexual, relationships with her, shortly thereafter. Then the whole scare about him getting pregnant, and then leading to the fake, the fake documents and the whole nine about, her age. And when you get to it, and I'm with Reese 1000%, absolutely sickening. Folks, when you read, when I read the account of the testimony from what they classified as Jane Doe number 5, I believe, which is Azriel McClary, who was a part of that historic conversation with Gayle King when they had that major interview, and how she said she lied during that interview, how she even, R. Kelly was in the room and had coughed a couple of times if he felt like the answers were a little bit too incriminating for him, about him. When you read these details, there's no way in the world that you can have a conversation and still say, oh, he's a musical genius. I could separate him from the music. But, there's no way in the world that we can look at even the story of Aaliyah. And I'm with Reese 1000% on this. She's not here to even defend herself. We celebrated, or we acknowledged, the 20-year death anniversary of our dear beloved sister. 20 years. She lost her. She was not here with her, and she can't defend herself. And I don't know. It left a bad taste in my mouth that the prosecutors used her story in such a way that you didn't bring the parents in. You didn't bring any other close friends or relatives of Aaliyah into the conversation, onto the stand. But R. Kelly, folks, he deserves everything he gets. And if you sit there and tell me to this day that R. Kelly still should not get what he deserved because you don't think you're absolutely insane. Absolutely insane.
Insane.
There's nothing else to it. You're just insane.
I need that soundbite.
How you thought that this trial was going to go?
Insane.
Has anything shocked you or changed your mind in terms of believing that R. Kelly just might get off?
No. It's a tragedy. It's a tragedy.
No, he will not get off.
Standard in this country.
Absolutely.
Just like there's no moral standard in Western civilization. And the rich hide their crimes. There was a president of the United States caught on tape saying I moved on it like a bitch. You can grab them by the P word. And he sat in the office and was elevated. This isn't defending R. Kelly at all. This is saying that the madness runs deep in the human spirit. And people who are looking for an excuse will find one. Now, it's more likely than not that he will be convicted. And as we know, he's not just facing a New York court. He's got charges in several states.
Yes.
And as we just heard from everyone, these witnesses, no human can hear that and not be moved. But the deep thing about this, I think, is that when we look in the mirror, when it's just us, we have to confront the fact that somewhere in every human being, there's something in our spirit, in our psyche, that must make us wonder, what kind of society do we live in? And do we really know the people we're talking to? Do we really know who we're dealing with? Because somebody, any lawyer will tell you, I just need one in the box. I don't need to convince all the jury. I just need enough to get the guy off. What are the odds? What are the odds? We just have to wait and see, y'all. At least that's what.
And Doc, can we also just, and really say, I love to get your thoughts on this. People have been saying, look at the parents, that the parents are to blame, but I don't think you can blame the parents necessarily. And I get it, but I understand it's easy to quote unquote blame the parents for wanting to, your daughter to be associated with this man. But I don't know. It's hard, and I would love to get, I know that there's a lot of conversation that we should blame the parents. We should charge the parents. We should punish the parents because they put their daughters in that position.
Now, Faraji, we had to ask Amisha.
R. Kelly put their daughters in that position. And I think that it's very frustrating to see in any case where there is molestation, where there is rape, where there is sexual violence of any kind, parents get blamed for that. Because at the end of the day, this was a grown man making adult decisions. And the adult decisions he made was to prey on middle school kids and to prey on early high school kids. Yes. This was a guy who literally parked his car outside of middle schools and waited for young girls to come out. This was a guy who went to the very hangouts of teens in the city and would try to entice girls. He would buy them clothes. He would buy them shoes. He would tell them that he could make them into superstars. He could make them into Aaliyah. He made dozens upon dozens of promises to these young girls. And then, like many people who are manipulative, like many people who are abusers, he abused them. He scared them to death. He segmented them from their family and friends. And at the end of the day, they were stuck in basically a torture chamber of sorts for years. I think that the only person that we can honestly blame here and put a lot of the blame on, it lands squarely on R. Kelly. Now, if we want to look at some other people, look at the people around him who made it happen. The people who were his transport staff, the people who bought plane tickets for these young girls, the people who ensured that R. Kelly's no read and tell would be able to create fake IDs and a whole bunch of other things for these young children. Because that's what happened. He didn't do this solo. He had a whole team of people who made it possible.
There it is.
That's what makes it satanic. That's what makes it satanic. You had grown-ass men and some women who allowed this to happen. And we know it. We hear the stories, and we see those level of enablers. And let me just tell you honestly, it's 2021. If you find a consciousness in 2021 after years of this, and you finally say, I had to say something on the stand, man, get the hell out of my damn face, man. Like, you finally had a damn heart.
They finally tried to not get massive charges, is what they did.
Basically. Yes.
Football fans, and one of the best.
That was good. I think that's an ad. Wait.
That was excellent. That was
wait there. Right straight. There's still like a minute left. Let me let this ad play. Hold on.
And experience this.
I think this is an ad. It's an ad.
Yes. College game.
Oh, it's a separate segment. Okay, I'm gonna just end that. Yeah, that was excellent. Yeah. They told it like it is.
Yeah, right? Exactly.
I don't think I've ever heard a news reporter talking like that before.
You mean like because he's a piece of shit?
Basically.
Yeah.
Shout out, definitely.
Shout out Roland Martin in the news.
Yes. So I want to show another clip. Did we just lose somebody? Oh, okay. I guess she popped out. So I have another clip, and this you guys got to let me know if the audio is okay because it seemed a little low to me on the video.
Okay.
I can maybe do it on my speaker if necessary, but let me just pull it up. I want attention, I know.
Was that a cat?
Yes. That was Hotep. Y'all see that? It's like an orange screen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Turn the volume up.
Audio's fine.
Okay.
All right, Serena. I know that this can be like a difficult topic.
See how it's low though?
Yeah, it is a little low. Yeah, it's low.
Let me see how it is on this thing. Let me pull it
Good morning.
All right, sweetie. Now I know that this could be like a difficult topic, obviously.
How's that?
But there has been so much in the news about our
Really, that's good.
Okay. Literally holding it to the mic.
like that. And we got an email from you about how you had an experience kind of similar to some of the stories that have been coming out.
Right.
So if you could, I would really like you to walk the process. So the where's, why's, how did this come about that you were ever in contact with R. Kelly?
Okay. So I used to work at the mall, city. The mall was closed, and a coworker, she had went to go take out the trash, and she came back and she told me that she saw R. Kelly, and I'm like, no, you didn't. Like, couldn't have. So she was like, yes, I did. I saw him. I promise you, I saw him. So we closed down the store. We left. It was another store that had for him, and we went there. And we asked the guy that was working there, is R. Kelly coming in? And he was like, yeah, he's here, he's coming. So I was like, okay, well, we work here now. So, because we want to meet him. So he was like, okay, that's cool. So then he was like, as a matter of fact, his security guard is right there outside of the store. So we went out to talk to his security guard. He wouldn't speak to us. He wouldn't even look at us. So we're like, we're not going to touch him. We just want to say hi, this and the third. And he still wouldn't say anything to us. So we were standing, next to him. And then he says, oh, well, there he is right there. And he was walking in from the parking garage. So we were walking and talking to him, me and my coworker. He was asking where he was. And he was also telling us about his show that was going to be in Baltimore the next day. And then after that, it was really a short conversation. And he asked her name. She told him. He asked my name. And then he was like, oh, okay, And I was like, yeah. So he shook my hand, and he put something in my hand. So I just played it cool. We walked back to the store. I opened up my hand, and it was his phone number. So me and my coworker are in the store, like screaming, going crazy, like, oh my God.
One of them pieces of papers that he likes to hand out.
But what made it weird was like it was already written down. He had it.
He was ready.
Yeah. So I called my sister. That was the first person I called. She was like, no, you didn't. I was like, yes, I did. She was like, call him right now. I call him. It went to voicemail. So I sent him a text.
Voicemail's him. Voicemail's just
voicemail was voicemail mailbox not set up yet.
Got it.
So then at that point, I texted him to remind him who I was. And I told him that I really wanted to go to his show the next day. So he texted me back and he said, call daddy. So
I'm sorry. Circle back.
Okay.
The response. So this is all in text messages.
Right.
And you said you want to see the show.
Mm-hmm.
And his response is
call daddy.
As in him. He's daddy.
Yes.
Just to be clear. Okay.
Yes.
So do you call daddy or do you not call daddy?
I call him.
Same shit.
I call him, and again it rings, and then it goes to voicemail mailbox not set up. So I'm like, okay, so whatever. So I'm like, at this point, I had saved his number in my phone and everything. So me and her, we were just chilling, sitting there. This is the exact same night, and my phone rings, and it was him. And he just told me, he was like, I want you to come to my show tomorrow. I'm gonna invite you and a friend, and you can come backstage. I was like, perfect. He was like, you're gonna get a call from someone in the morning, and they're gonna get your name, your information, and then let you know that your tickets will be in will call. So I was like, okay, cool. So at this point, I told my sister about it again. So she's like, Mercedes, she's like, if we drive all the way out Baltimore, and this is not
gonna happen.
She was like, you're gonna hurt you. Right. So I was like, no, I'm serious. Like, this is real. My sister came with me. We get there, and my tickets are in will call. And one of the ushers walks us to the front. We had like in the third row. We got on stage. As far as like towards the end of his concert, he does like the step in the name of love, and then like the people who are closest can go on stage. So we got on stage with him. And then afterwards, I was ready to go. My sister, she's like, call him. Then he said we can go backstage. I said, yeah, but I don't.
He wasn't really pressed.
Right, because at this point, I'm like, he just got off stage. I doubt that he's going to answer my phone call if I call him.
I'm gonna pause this real quick.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I paused the wrong thing. Pause this real quick. How old did she say did she say how old she was? I know she said she was working at the mall.
No.
Did she say? She didn't.
No, she didn't say her age. No.
I didn't hear age.
I didn't either. Okay, I just want to check. But it doesn't seem weird that this big star is so easily accessible. Like she was closing up at the mall, so she just happened to be able to catch him. And he's just so open and come to the concert. And every time we come, like, I thought these people were guarded. They have bodyguards for a reason, don't they? But
yeah, and you're right. Most of the time you contact them, you got to go through the manager, not them directly.
Yeah, but I think she's going to speak on it, but I just want to point that out. Hey, DB, yeah, you missed quite a bit. You're going to have to catch that replay. But welcome back.
Well, we all know his stomping grounds. He did it, the work himself.
Right. Oh, that's true. He's Mr. Chicago, right?
Mm-hmm.
And bring us backstage. Someone comes out, get us, brings us backstage. We go into, it looked like a dressing room. It wasn't his dressing room. It was just like a little separate room in the back. And we're just sitting there waiting for him to come in. We waited for 15, 20 minutes. He comes in. He talks like my sister. She was on the phone with her friend, telling her friend.
Like the play-by-play.
Yeah, this is what's about to happen. So he walks in, she screams, and it's like, oh my God. And he's like, oh no, baby, don't do that, you know. And then he actually had like a nice conversation with us, told us that anytime he has a show, we're invited, just give him a call. And that was the end of that conversation.
Okay. All normal.
All normal. All normal. Okay. Very down to earth, very nice, normal. So that was 5 years prior to me meeting him in his home in Atlanta.
Okay.
5 years.
So, eventually I had a child, and I'm sitting in my room and I'm holding my baby, and I get a random text message from him saying, I want you to come today. And I was like, can't do that. You know what I mean? I was like, not right now. I said, maybe we can make plans some other time, whatever. He never responded back. So then probably about 2 years later, he hit me up again randomly. And I felt special because he had my number. Like, I'm like, okay, like this is crazy.
And years have passed, so obviously you're like, okay, this
right.
He's keeping in contact.
Right. Because I would send him like little text messages or pictures, but he wouldn't respond. And if he did respond, it would just be like something short, like, hey baby, or that's it, or like a little kissy face or whatever. And then I was at the gas station one day, got in the car, got a random text message from him again, said he wanted me to come to Atlanta. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna come. So I spoke with him on the phone this time. He gave me a phone number, and he told me to text this person. They would handle my flight, my hotel, and everything. He said, but do not call them.
So that was Cheryl Mack, y'all think?
Okay, cool.
I believe so.
I texted him, set up my flight and everything, hotel.
All through text messages.
All through text messages.
Besides that.
Yes.
Okay.
So they set up everything. I get to Atlanta. They sent me an Uber. I get to the hotel, and they tell me, I text R. Kelly, let him know I'm there. No, matter of fact, I called him, and he actually answered the phone. And I told him I was here. He said, okay, I'm busy tonight, so I'll see you tomorrow. I said, okay, cool. Then I got woken up to a text saying that a tracker, Mercedes-Benz tracker, will be there in 15 minutes to come get me, so be ready. I'm like, okay, cool. At that time, I didn't know what a tracker was. I'm like, okay, cool. So I get ready. They told me I couldn't have my cell phone. I could not have my cell phone, but I still had to bring my purse with me.
Yeah.
So I had my cell phone in my purse.
Right.
I get into the tracker. The driver, he takes my purse. He puts it up front with him. And then I still had my phone on me. So we get to his house, and I sat out front of his house for probably about an hour.
Just sitting there. Okay. And at this point, is there any contact with him, or it's literally just the wait game?
Just the wait game.
Okay.
So I'm waiting. I'm in the tracker. I'm taking pictures of his house, of anything I could take pictures of to prove to my friends, like, this is what happened.
Right.
And the only person I told was my best friend.
Okay, so at this point, you're in the tracker. It's been about an hour. You're sitting outside. You're taking photos, even though you're not supposed to be taking photos because they told you not to.
Right.
But of course. And then what happens? So
then after waiting for an hour, the guy that was driving the bus, he comes back and get me. at this point, I'm excited because I'm like, I'm about to walk through the house, this and the third. He takes me around back. Takes me around back to the basement. I go into the basement and he takes me to a room where R. Kelly is. They're like, they look to be businessmen that he was talking to. He was having a meeting. And he gave me a hug and he told me that he'll see me in a little bit. And I said, okay, fine. So from that point, they sent me to the studio, still in the basement. I'm in the studio for another hour. I'm taking pictures still because he had like a couch down there that was like all Gucci. It was like a black Gucci leather couch, like wrapped around the studio. So I'm taking pictures of everything I can. I believe it was his cousin and his engineer person that was in there, and I was just listening to the music that they were mixing up. So after waiting, he comes and gets me from the studio, and we go into another room. We're still in the basement.
So this whole time, everything is happening in the basement?
Yes.
Okay.
So the room that he takes me in at that point, it's like a living room type of situation with a bar, whatever. And he was watching CNN. I'm like, you watched this? He's like, yeah, I got to keep up with the news. It was real cool, down to earth.
He watches CNN, y'all.
Right.
So he's asking me about my life and everything. He asked me if I was into music, and I was like, no. He said, do I have any family that's into music? I was like, no.
She's like, no.
Do you think there was a reason why he asked about the music connection?
I'm gonna say he was feeling her out, see what angle he could work with her. That's what I was thinking.
Well, right then and there, I'm thinking he probably thought I was visiting him for that reason. But that was my only thought right there.
Yeah.
Like, he thought that I wanted to meet him because I had some type of music talent, or I want to put some family members on or something like that.
Okay.
But that wasn't the case. So after that, we're sitting there, and he tells me, then the conversations go left, like real quick. So he's like, I want you to take off your clothes. I want you to keep on your heels, and I want you to walk back and forth in front of me. Okay. So that's what I did. I walked back and forth in front of him.
Like how many times?
Probably about like 3 or 4.
So like you're modeling.
Right. So from that point on, he asked me to sit down with him. So I sit down with him. I'm giving you the whole details of this too.
Yes.
Okay.
If you're comfortable, don't worry, I got you covered.
Okay. So he asked me to sit down with him. We sit down, and he was like, I'm gonna show you how daddy likes it. And I'm like, okay. So at this point, I'm thinking like sex. But he lays down on his back, and he tells me to put my fingers in his butt. And I'm like, well, I don't think that's gonna work because like my nails are really long.
Long nails. Okay, that's a logical.
Right. So he was like, don't worry about it. I'm gonna show you how daddy likes it. So from that point on, he's laying on his back. I did. And at that point, he's jerking himself off.
Okay.
And it probably was like for like good 10-15 minutes.
Meanwhile, is your hand just sitting there?
No, it is penetrating his butt.
She getting busy.
Right. And he's not only that, he's helping me with the motion while he's jerking off.
God.
So, about 10 to 15 minutes that went on. And from that point on, he's like, come on, let's go back in the studio. I'm like, okay. So we go back.
Wash your hands?
I
hope
was
so.
Sitting behind his engineer station, and he had went into the booth. And then he told me to come in the booth with him. He had something to drink. He was smoking a cigar. He was just chilling. And I was just as close to him as I am to you right now because the booth was really small. So it was just like, I was just amazed at the same time because I was sitting here like listening to R. Kelly like mix his music and like right in front of me. So we're sitting there, and then he kept messing with his phone or whatnot. And then he says, yeah, daddy wants you to meet your sister. So I'm playing it off, I'm playing it cool, right? So I'm like, okay.
Wait, let me stop you first.
And I'm gonna stop too. Wait.
Yes.
Wait. Did she say after the whole butt fucking incident? I'm sorry to just be so blunt about it, but like that she was so enamored by watching him mix his music after that?
Yeah, she did.
Like, it was kind of, it's like she just kind of shrugged it off, like, okay, I guess that's just what he likes, and let's get it. I'm so excited to be in the studio. How do you forget something like? How do you even do it? I don't know if I would have. I heard that, girl. I heard that, child. Daddy's little
fingers. Mm.
Okay, let me. I'm gonna catch up with this because I was behind. Let's see.
At this moment, do you think in any way, shape, or form he's actually referring
Oh,
to
I'm
your
good. Sync that right
actual
up.
siblings?
No.
So you're like, okay, he's not talking about my siblings.
Right.
But I'm in this situation now, and I'm just gonna say,
I'm just gonna go with it.
All right. And then what happens?
So then I said, okay. So then about 10 minutes later, a young lady comes downstairs. And when he told me I was going to meet her, I'm expecting like some girl that's like a video vixen or something like that. Like, I don't know what type of women you date, but I was just expecting somebody like someone you see on the videos.
Instead, what did you see?
She was a regular looking girl like myself. She looked a little bit younger than me. And she had her phone. And she was on Instagram, and she was just chilling. When she did come downstairs, he was like, "Baby, this is your sister." She gives me a hug. Yeah. She seemed comfortable. She seemed as if she comes there on a regular basis. That's what it looked like.
Yeah, I think that was Juice.
Because she had on possibly lives there because she had on a pink sweatsuit.
I don't know.
Either that or Lampton.
Could have been any of them, huh?
And
what's sad to say?
And then at that point, she gives me a hug, and we sit down and we continue on listening to him do his music. He's still smoking his cigar. She picks up his cigar, smokes it, and I'm like, can I smoke it? And she was like, oh, you have to ask him.
Oh,
right. So I was like, okay, right. So I'm like, okay. So I asked him. He was like, go ahead. So at that point, we're just all chilling. She's on her phone. And then she tells him that her mom is coming to pick her up. And he's like, okay. And then we continue on sitting there while he was doing his music.
Must be Juice.
And then she says her mom is outside. She's about to go. And he said, oh, she outside? She was like, yeah. And he was like, okay, I'll see you later. And he had left as well when she left. And then he came back downstairs. I stayed for about another couple hours, while he was doing his music. And then he told me he had to go. So he'll have to send me back to my hotel room, but he'll see me tomorrow.
Okay.
So I'm all like shook up about this whole situation. Like, it got weird, and then it was like great at the same time. But I'm like, oh my God. So I contact the person that he told me to only text as far as for my traveling purposes. And I told him that I wanted to go home the next day. And they set up everything, and they allowed me to go home the next day.
Now,
they allowed you.
About one of the guys in the hotel.
Wait, hold on.
Oh, this was just like a regular thing. And
yes.
We had said something about, look outside. I guarantee you, there's another tracker out there.
Yes.
Okay. What were you gonna say?
I said she mentioned they allowed you.
They allowed me. You're right. She did say that. And my thing is, so they just did. She finger fucked them in the butt, and then they went back into the studio.
Mm-hmm.
And then he said he had something to do.
Yep.
So he got his little rocks off, and that was that. That sounds weird.
He called it a cue. He needed to be queued up. So all throughout the day, he either had to jack off, get something in his booty, or penetrate.
He had to get a fix. He needed
a fix. Yeah, all throughout the day.
She was lucky she went home.
Yeah. When she said they allowed her to go home, that let you know they gave her the impression that it was a possible chance she might not have went home.
That's very true too. That's a good observation.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting stuff. Okay, let's keep going.
When I first got to the hotel, me thinking I'm going to see him that day, I didn't. So I was in a hotel room all day by myself. I end up becoming close friends with the guy that was working downstairs at the desk. And we went outside to smoke.
Well, that's a no-no. That's a no-no. Talking to Close friends with the guy at the desk. Okay, let me let this play catch up.
Behind the hotel I was staying at was another hotel. And I was telling him about, what I'm here for and what I'm doing. And he was like, you're not the first one. He's like, I've seen a few ladies come and go, and they're coming to see him. And then while we're smoking, he was like, matter of fact, look right there. Like, they're picking up somebody else right now.
Wow.
And it was the same tracker that I was in. That was in the hotel behind us, picking up someone else.
Did anybody catch the year of that this happened? Did she say that either?
No.
I
Okay.
thought she said 2017, I believe so. Keep going.
2017. Okay. No, I was just trying to put together the runners to see, she's saying she got dropped off. I'm trying to put the pieces together, child. I'm like, I want to know who did what. But yeah. Okay, here we go. Let me let this catch up because I think I was behind on that.
Yes.
So did you wind up going home the next day?
Okay, I'm off.
Yes, I wound up going home the next day. I texted him. I told him, because I have a son. I was like, I'm about to go home.
You said he asked you about.
Yeah, he did ask me about he did ask me if I had a child or whatever, and I told him. He asked me about my son's father and our relationship, and I told him about that, and then that was pretty much it.
So, present day.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. These stories are coming out about girls, many girls in houses, and they're not really allowed to do certain things, and they're asking for certain things, and in this moment, you're thinking probably like, hold up, like I had some part in some of this, like I was there, I seen some of this. So where's your mind, where's your perspective when this story comes out?
When I first heard the story, as far as like the girls being held captive and they can't have their cell phone, and I'm like, I seen it, you know what I mean? And then being as though the girl mother picked her up, like hearing the story made it even, more weird, because I'm like, okay, I've actually seen, it wasn't a secret that the girl mom was picking her up, so he seemed okay with it.
And how old did she look?
She looked around 18, 19.
Okay.
Yeah, she looked like a young girl, and that was it. But it's a weird situation because I'm like, I was there, I saw it, and are they being held captive? I don't think so. My opinion, I don't think so. But when I think back about it, after hearing the story about him, and when I think back about it, and he was like, I'm gonna show you how daddy likes it, this, then the third, and me walking back and forth and blase. As far
did it feel like an audition?
It did. In a way, yes, it did.
Because how you're explaining it and how you're describing it to me, it honestly sounds like an audition.
Right.
Like, let me see you walk.
Yes.
Let me show you how I like it so I can see if you're capable of doing it.
Yes.
And then I'm asking you questions about your son or your child. I'm asking you questions about, your life, because are you able to be here? Are you not?
Right.
In retrospect, did it feel like an audition?
It did.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it was just weird. And when I heard the part of the story about him telling the girls, like, basically sex slaves, he's teaching them how he likes it. That part I definitely believe.
Oh, yeah.
Just from that experience and everything he wanted me to do to him, and him saying to me, I'm going to show you how I like it, don't worry about it, me walking back and forth, I totally believe that part of the story.
Right. And so when we think about things like hostages and like sex slaves and all this stuff, I think that people get a little confused when we're saying like, oh, they're being held hostage, because it is very possible that they can leave. You said you saw the young girl leave, her mom picked her up, but I think part of it is also like manipulation. He's a man of power, he's an older man, and these are young girls who people are saying like he's preying on them because he can help their music careers, or he can make their life different and things like that. So now that we're here and you kind of witnessed this, and girlfriend probably looked like she was well taken care of, she whatever.
Right.
But the things that are interesting is she told you she couldn't just give you the cigar.
Mm-hmm.
She said you need to ask him.
Mm-hmm.
She was just A-okay with you being her sister.
Right.
Like it was right.
Right.
Y'all are related, and you guys are now sisters, and you both are referring to him as daddy. Like, this is just it's
Right.
an interesting situation.
Right.
Granted, it doesn't prove that anything is wrong, but it definitely raises some red flags.
Right.
Right. So how do you feel now hearing all the stories? It's not shocking to you, is it?
It's not. It's not. It wasn't shocking at all. But just like you just said, like he manipulates them. I mean, I was 25 at the time, and I did everything he asked me to do. So I can 18, 19.
17,
Yes.
15,
Yes.
14,
Exactly.
12,
So
11, 10. I
I
mean,
went along with every step of the way that he asked me to do. And I don't think if he asked me to do anything else, honestly speaking, I don't think I would have said no.
because because you're in a position of
I'm meeting R. Kelly.
yes, you're
Yes.
here, and it's you are able to say no, but it's also
let me pause this real quick. So I'm still, well, I don't know if she gets to this, but she's saying all these things, and she did say it was like an audition, she thought, and I kind of felt that way too. So even bringing the sister in to give approval also, I'm sure he wanted feedback. What do you think? You think we could bring her in? She probably like, nope. Now,
First of all, she
didn't
got a child.
Yeah,
she
has
got
a child.
Man, she got to see her child. He also
Yeah.
asked about the boyfriend. He ain't trying to get his ass whipped. So she was done. However, he paid her airfare, hotel bill. He was gonna get something for that.
Right.
He did, and he did, didn't he? He got his rocks
I
off.
hope she popped them fucking nails off when she got done.
I wonder why she didn't understand that about being hostage when she had to do all that waiting in the Sprinter, waiting in the studio room, and then how she was saying, well, I could see if he would have asked me to do anything else, I would have too. So why could she not understand the manipulation of a young mind?
Because he's a Svengali, and the manipulation of it, she obviously doesn't realize she's still under it now. Sound like she's ready to go back the way she's talking. I mean, I hate to say it like that, but she seems like she's been a little easy on him with regard to, I think it feels like she's protecting him a little with, yeah, she looked young, like 18, 19, she doesn't want to go there, but like, come on, girl. And these girls were, like the interviewer said, 14, 15, like this young age, and what you dealt with, and you had to finger this dude while he tooted and booted it up in your face, and and he was jacking off at the same time. He just was using her for that, obviously. Like,
You
seemed
heard
to
what
me,
the man said at the desk. They bringing in.
yeah,
somebody
he got it's a running rotation. He has a turnstile of girls coming in. He's a sick fuck. Like, how?
That was at that home style suite out there in Illinois. I bet.
That's in that Discovery. Somebody's echoing. I'm echoing on somebody. I mean, I don't know who it is, but I hear it. So let's finish.
She was a little bit too friendly. She considered the front desk her friend, didn't know in 5 minutes. Just had
I was thinking, how did she pull that off? Getting to know him and all. She was saying. She didn't. The watchers wasn't on her like that. That's what should have told her she wasn't really gonna be making it, because she didn't have really no eyes on her. She got to, kind of do what she wanted. Okay. Which one was behind? Let me see something.
He flew me here. I'm here. Like, it's kind of
okay. Let me catch up. Okay.
That's standard.
Exactly.
So, well, I'm so thankful that you told your story, because I think that no matter whatever comes out of this, I think it's really important that people hear your side of it, because like you said, like, you just went along with it because you were in that situation. Now imagine being a 17, 18-year-old, 19-year-old girl who maybe wants to be a stinger.
Exactly.
And then she's in this situation and not really, and a lot of those girls might think that they're the only one. Meanwhile, trackers are picking up girls from different locations, So thank you so much for sharing your story. And I'm curious to know, like, young girls who are out at these concerts and they're out here. They're like, oh my gosh, this person, and they're starstruck and they're excited. Yes. I'm curious to know, like, your perspective now, as in, like, would you would you recommend getting into a situation like that, or would you be like, listen, you have to be very careful? Like, what are your thoughts on young girls now going to these shows and the possibility of something like this happening?
Well, me personally, I've always been a boring person. I never win anything. I never go anywhere. I've always worked. That's all I've ever done. And having that come about, it was just like, oh my God, this is amazing. Like, I can't believe, like, this is a once in a lifetime chance. Like, I'm so into it. So like, now that I think back about it now, would I ever do that again? No. So like, to young girls who go to concerts and meet celebrities, it's more so starstruck, it's money, I can have whatever I want. Trust me, it's not going to be that experience. It's not that experience at all.
And I'm glad you said that, because when you say like you never won anything, or you don't come from like all that money and things like that, I think that is a part of the power that R. Kelly possesses. And you are one of the lucky ones.
Right.
Like, do you feel like that? Do you feel like you're one of the lucky ones because you were like, I'm about to be out of here?
I do, because I would say, if anything, my son saved that entire situation. Because if I didn't have him, I would have no reason to go back home.
Told you.
As long as he wanted me to. And I even had a job and everything, I would have stayed.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
No, seriously, your story is it's important. It's very important, especially like as mothers, you know. And as a mother, for me, like I have 2 daughters, and it's a very important story to tell, because it is very easy to get grass is greener syndrome and be like, oh, it's probably basic over there. You have no idea.
You hear that, P-Hodge?
No. And it's like some of the young girls who go to the concerts and meet these guys, like, you have to realize, like, at the end of the day, he's still a regular dude. And you can have sex with him, but you telling people that you had sex with him doesn't mean they're going to believe you. So at that point, he's just somebody else that you just had sex with. And
having sex with everybody else too.
Exactly. And that's how I look at it now. I mean, there's a few that probably get lucky and marry off or whatever, to become their girlfriend, whatever the case may be, but it's very slim. It's very slim. So.
She better be glad she ain't got the bumps.
Okay. All right, that was that. That was, who sent me that? I forgot. Oh, somebody else. Okay, well, whoever sent me that, thank you for that. Thanks for sending. I get all kinds of stuff. Thank you to everyone who sends me shit. And that brings me to transcripts. I'm gonna talk about some transcripts real quick. I don't know if y'all, so if you guys were here last live, you probably were present when I actually got the email. I got some transcripts. So thank you for the transcripts. I am not going to just be reading transcripts though, y'all. Like, we can't just sit here and read transcripts. There's other channels that are reading the transcripts, like line by line. They're playing parts and whatnot. And I think we had initially entertained that, I think, with a different transcript, because I want to clarify here. I've been reading transcripts over here. Okay. The grand jury transcript I read in 2019. Like, we've been doing that. So let's not get excited because somebody has a transcript. I know it's the trial. It's a whole different ball game and all of that, but let's not, I've been hearing things. Oh, first one with a transcript. Calm down. Calm down. Okay. It's not that serious. But I have 4 of them. I believe they cover the first 4 days of the trial. We're, wanting them to keep rolling in. So I'm just encouraging anybody who wants to get the information about the transcript to donate, and then because we're gonna contribute to the fund, I guess, so we can keep getting them. So what I will do, so if you donate, you'll get a copy. I mean, that's just it. Shit. If you donate, tell me which day you want, I'll send it to you, because I'm not gonna be playing all these games. I'm not begging for no money, but it was asked of me to ask my channel to donate or ask my people, because they need, we got to keep the money coming in so they can get the transcripts. So with that said, I'm not no leech, y'all. I mean, I understand it was gifted to me, but I kind of feel like, if we can give something towards it, then that's cool.
That's right.
So I just want to put that out there. Yeah, everyone's reading transcripts all day. So what I want to do, my team, which is this panel, and anybody else who is interested, I would like for us to take each transcript one at a time and dissect it. Like, I want to give everybody a set of pages so that we don't have to read the whole 250 or however many pages it is. That's crazy. But we want to know what information in there did the media not tell us, and what information in there is valid proof of, something that the other side, the supporters, are saying, so we can debunk these lies that they're telling. So there's all the transcript has all the information. So what I want to do is, so like for instance, there's 4 of us here. There's still a lot of transcripts, so that's basically like giving everybody like 60 pages. Okay. But I would love for hey, there's a price to pay now to sit on this panel. Now let me not say that because she'll jump right off, child. Okay, we'll talk later. We'll talk later. But what I would love is for some of y'all, some of y'all come here, right? Y'all come here. Some of y'all I email with, and Truth Seeker, if you're listening, I know you're not in the chat, but I got your email. I haven't had a chance to check it out. Email me if you want to get in on this. You want to be a part to help us. You'll get a number of pages. We're going to have an email group. I'm going to send, you get the transcript and the pages of which pages you're responsible for reading, meaning you read the set of pages and you go take notes on stuff that either we haven't seen, things that are clearly debunking lies, and then we'll take those notes. That's it. All right. And you get the transcript and we're good. So email me if you want to be a part of that. Otherwise, I think I have a couple people already on board, but the more people, the merrier. Because if I can get away with reading like 10 pages, that means I need like 20 people. We need like 25 people. But it just, let me know. Let me know if you're interested and we'll go. I think that's all on that. Let me just make sure. Yeah, because I'm not trying to do the line by line thing. I mean, I did the uncharged acts that one night. It was like a 5.5 live, and I pretty much read it all by myself. And I read text messages and role played as R. Kelly on one of them things. And
so did I.
You guys did contribute. Yes, you did. Thank you for that. Reading the employees' lines and whatnot. If you missed that, it's a 5-hour live. It's probably the only one I have on the whole channel.
And Goddess Don can imitate R. Kelly to a T.
Oh, I ain't trying to brag about that. But yeah, thank you for that. Yeah, it was actually interesting to do that. He was like going off on that person. But
she did a character, y'all, with no practice.
I know it was a cold read, and it was cold too, y'all. It was cold as hell. I mean, cold as ice. JC said he didn't pee on her yet or make her eat her own shit, so it's all good.
I hope she didn't suck her fingers on no chicken wings. Ugh.
I hope she. Oh my gosh, she need to scrub them nails, child. She should have had them nails taken off. Hey, Boom Boom. Oh, I guess we need a word that Boom Boom has a second channel. She's using her backup channel, I guess, strictly for the grown. You want to put the link to your channel in here? Go ahead and do that. And that way people can follow you on your other channel. Miss Della, what are you asking? Transcript readings? Are you asking people?
No, you don't worry about what I'm doing.
I am worried. How am I not worried about it? And I'm looking at it. You want me to just ignore you? If I ignore you, then I hear about it after. You ignored me. Okay, well, what do you want me to do, lady?
Hold on. I'm chatting with Hazel E here. Chill out.
Okay. Well, won't you put Hazel E so I know?
I did.
Anyway.
I did it above.
Oh, okay. I got you. You doing your own thing. Like Miss Della has her own way of doing things. I'm gonna let her be. All right. So that's it for the transcripts. If you missed everything, just go on the replay, y'all. It's only been 2 hours and 44 minutes. Oh, where do you get the link?
Yeah, it's almost 1 a.m. here.
Oh, woo, woo, woe is me. Mute your mic, love warrior. I think that's you. Let me see if that's you. It is you. You gotta fix that. Okay. I'm not laughing at you. Let me tell you where to get it. I gotta go over to my YouTube. Let me see. So go to your YouTube, click on your icon, and click on my channel. Let me do it too. See, make sure. Yeah. Click on your channel. It says your channel. Click on that. And then once you click on that, Yeah, where did you get the link? Hold on. No, wait. Dang. Your data in YouTube. No, I thought when I click my channel, I would. Oh, you can just once you click your channel, then go ahead and copy the link in the browser. So you know the browser where you type in www, you know, whatever. Copy and paste that link and put it in the chat once you have hit your channel.
So strictly 4 is boom boom.
Yes.
Hi, boom boom.
Boom boom. Yes. Welcome. Warrior for sure. Okay. She says she's just getting back from another affair. I ain't never seen. So happy birthday or belated birthday. I don't know if you missed it, but happy birthday. I know you out celebrating. I saw you at the club the other night. Was it last night? I saw you out there getting your groove on. Everybody needs to celebrate, I think, birthdays. I believe in it all the way. So more power to you. Love you back. All right, y'all. So we covered transcripts. Any questions on the transcripts? I think we should be pretty clear on that.
Well, you know, you count me in. Sign me some pages.
You guys don't have no choice. No, I'm just
yeah, I don't have no choice. Hazel,
no, you don't. Just calm down. Just save your breath. Just stop. Just stop. Go ahead and mute yourself back up, child. Go back in the chat. You
will do.
Okay, because yeah. Okay. Hey. So Monday we're hearing John Doe 1. We're hearing Cheryl Mack. What are we hearing? I'm hearing, you know, once the prosecution wraps up, and they have a lot more to go, because I think we're not at quite, we haven't even hit 20 witnesses, let alone 40, 50. And I don't know if we'll see all of them like this, because some of them I think are going to do Zoom. They're trying to cut back because of COVID, and I think people are complaining, and they're just trying to get this thing done. So we're just hoping that all the good people we're waiting on. I want to see Bubba. Let's see. Who are we trying to see? John Doe, yes. Cheryl Mack. Valerie Payton. What's the daughter's name? Andrea Payton. Juice. That's Juice, right? Andrea Payton. Of course, Joy, but I hear Joy might be for the defense. But even still, she'll be cross-examined. And unfortunately, she's going to have to get ripped apart by the prosecution if she puts herself in that position.
She will crack. She will crack. They will tear her down.
She's gonna crack like, how's she gonna crack? Like an egg. I hate to say that, Joy, please don't. I think they say her dad is trying to stop her from testifying. I don't know if that's even possible. Okay, now that's what I'm talking about. Give me some names, y'all. Lily, that's right. Dominique, exactly. Who else do we want to see? There's that V girl, and that's horrible. If that, you know, I don't even want to bring up what
I'm surprised she should be arrested.
Oh, Rashana, but that's the. I think Rashana's in Illinois, but of course we definitely want to hear from her. Yeah, she don't want to have nothing to do with it. Changing her name on Instagram is not going to get her from having to testify. They can make you appear. I mean, they don't have to make you speak. I guess you could do plead the fifth, but if they ask you to come, you got to show up. Okay.
Right. Allegedly, Rashawn is pregnant with her second child.
Second already?
That's what allegedly.
Predator, abuser, rapist dude that has held you captive since you 12 years old. Look what happens when he goes to jail. You actually get a life and a family, children. Wow. Yeah, everybody wants to hear from Dominique. I think Dominique has a lot. She was with him, 9 years or more?
Yeah.
She's seen and heard everything. Yeah, Rashana's the Chicago case, Hazel. That's the regarding the tapes and stuff, the actual content of the tapes. Yeah. Well, we're hearing she might be having a second child. Sounds like she's doing, I mean, I would assume that means she's doing well, I'm gonna say. I hope she is. I mean, she deserves to. Like, she wasn't born in this world to be his sex slave. Like, at 12? Come on. Who else? Who else are we looking for? There's so many. Like I said, Bubba. I mean, Will Eady, I know he's supposed to be dressing him every day and showing up, putting his suits on for him and all that. Probably give him.
Who was the first girl?
That's what they said.
And the surviving part.
Tiffany Hawkins. Tiffany
Yeah,
Hawkins.
okay.
Tiffany Hawkins. Tia Hawkins, or AKA Tia Hawkins. I was gonna say Will Eady is. I think it was Will Eady. They said is coming and dressing him every day and whatnot. And I was like, yeah, he's also doing what this girl just said she did with her long nails.
Yeah, they got his picture in the courthouse. Him, Will Eady, at the courthouse, so he's there.
Yeah,
He has been there.
Definitely. There's so many. I mean, I have people in my head. I can't get it out right now. It seems like I know people. Y'all don't. Come on, panel. Y'all know these. Who do we want to see on the stand? We talk about this so much. I need to
We
look at
want
my
to
pictures.
see. We want to see. We want to see Peyton, Juice, or however the mother and daughter.
Yeah, I mentioned her. I want to see Susan Loggins.
Mayweather twins. Mayweather twins.
Yeah.
We want to see. We want to see Bubba. We want to see that Kimberly Taylor, the handler. That was
handler from the fight at the Trump. Yep.
And when we want to know who else, Lee, all of them, whoever Deborah is, she was a handler. Even
We
enough
don't want to
text
see
messages.
Bubba. Bubba, no, we don't want to see.
Yeah, we want him on the stand. Yes, we do.
Yes, we want to.
Yes,
who
we
else
do.
We want to see. Oh Lord, who else?
Everybody who was on all the survivors.
Who's Junebug, the uncle?
Yeah,
Junebug. Yes.
Milton Brown. We want to see.
Well, Milton and Daryl McDavid are definitely going to be. They're already they're ankle monitored up and ready to go for Chicago. But yeah, I don't see why they can't link. I mean, I guess they can't because the Chicago case has to do with that 2008 trial, and they said for this case they can't bring up the 2008. Like it's a whole thing. So, Drea, that's right, Boom Boom.
Yes, Drea.
Yes, definitely Drea. Regina Daniels.
Yes.
Oh yeah, the PR lady. 14 years. I would have said Linda Minch, but fortunately she's dead. She got killed on Thursday, y'all. His longtime lawyer, or his 4 years lawyer, who left him in 2018. In case you missed that, she was run over in the park by a cargo van. The person got out to check to see if her pulse was still beating before they got back in and took off, before they ran her back over, because I'm sure that's what he would have done if she was still alive. Barry Hankerson, y'all are thinking now. Now you're thinking, smart people. That's what I'm talking about.
Williams, where the hell is Hype Williams?
Hype Williams, who took Aaliyah's plane.
Yes.
In my opinion, now the reason she's not here is because Hype Williams. Okay, let's tell that. I didn't pull up that article. Okay, so the story was, and I don't know that Dame mentioned, Lenny Kravitz is the one who offered Aaliyah. He had a plane for Aaliyah. Hype Williams took the plane, y'all. He took the plane. And we ain't really seen Hype Williams. Where is Hype Williams? Aaliyah's mom.
Yes, Aaliyah's mom, her brother. And I think Kay Michelle need to get brought in because she lived with him at once upon a time.
Who?
Kay Michelle. She lived with him.
Okay, Kay Michelle. Yeah. There's a lot of artists. Like, if we want to get into the artists, we could talk about Jay-Z. We could talk about, like...
But she had lost weight. It was a handler brought her down in the jogging suit and all that stuff to the studio. When they was making Echo, when he allowed the cameraman, I guess he wanted to show the world he ain't got nothing to hide. See, ridiculous.
I think you mean Daryl McDavid. Is it? Wait,
Yeah.
I'm confused. Yeah, we gonna hear from him for sure. He's over there pressing for a speedy trial. Jay-Z. Yeah, Jay-Z, especially with that fight, that whole beef they had, and then Cassidy, because Cassidy did an interview and said he gave his guns up to them, to R. Kelly and them during that tour on that stage situation. So he needs to be brought in. Damon Dash.
Whoever Kip was that broke down, falling apart.
Kip is the one. Is that the one that actually admitted about Aaliyah with Damon Dash when they were on Facebook?
The bus driver.
The bus driver.
Terrence Allen, yes.
Let me say this. I didn't make nobody lie, but we want to see the bus driver. The this, the that. What did he say? I didn't make nobody, we ain't made nobody lie now, but we want to see all these people. Public announcement.
Yes. Where's Earl? We need Earl.
For sure. All of them.
Yep, exactly.
So many people. I mean, there's a lot of people like, you know, Dream Hampton, people who, because Dream Hampton worked with him. Where was that at? Did I read that? What was that we just
when she was the editor at Vibe?
At Vibe, and she was covering. What was that in? I can't remember. I read it earlier, or was it a video?
It was a video, I believe, or was it an article? Oh shoot, we just did the like. I just
remember Dream Hampton when she worked for Vibe. She was asked to cover him for a piece for the magazine, and he was asked to just follow him and do like an artistic piece. Someone's echoing. I think that's you, love. They basically she said that she was just asked to not ask the Regina Daniels PR lady told her don't ask about Aaliyah, and of course she did. She did, and he got mad, glared at her. He said, and then she said he kept her observing even longer than the 4 days than she was supposed to. The Beehive. All the Beehive, okay, let me not call them Beehive, but all the YouTubers. I think some of these YouTubers do need to get on the stand, honestly.
Yeah, Shabazz, all them.
Dry needs to go to the stand.
Yeah.
Dry Fox.
The presidency, his ass need to go to.
I don't know if y'all over there, Dry Fox is over there dry streaming those transcripts. I don't know if y'all Carrie, his brother, and I guess Bruce too, if they can testify against him, right? Because
and the sister. Where's the sister at?
The sister. You win. I want to see the sister. And
right, get her fat ass up there.
You probably gonna say they lied on me all these years, said that I did this and that. Dana. Queen, you are funny. Dana J, child.
Wow.
Well, I think there's a whole long list of people we could be looking forward to seeing. That's why I have mentioned, I think this thing is like Christmas every day. Because I wake up, it's like, oh, that's her. I don't think we knew Jane was going to be on that Monday. I think it was a Monday when she started. I don't think we were expecting her that soon.
No, they're not going in order. That's definitely for sure. Because they did number 13, last week. So
no, I don't think they're going in order at all. I think they're telling a story and they're laying things out and they're setting the stage for even more and bigger things. Like when Keith was on the stand, his friend Keith, who testified about linking him with the pastor who married him to Aaliyah. Mm-hmm. They said Keith was asked about Barry Hankerson. He was asked some questions about Barry, like more questions than the other people. So I just kind of feel like, they leading up to stuff, Yeah,
they are.
The beginning. This is just the beginning. We're just scratching the surface. This is just the tip. Just the tip. Yeah. Anyone tell you look like Beyonce? Are you talking to me? Because I would say back, not now, but back. No, her auntie. I used to get that all the time. You let her auntie. But I don't know who you are, but welcome, Jim. Don't be up in here causing no problems now. We done had a whole good 2 hour, almost 3 hour live, which is my cue. And we ain't had no problems now, so don't come in here with that. But I appreciate that if you're talking to me, because I don't know who else you're probably talking to. Let's see. Oh, yeah, the pastor that did the marriage. Absolutely.
Hell, where are the police officers that was getting paid off of the clock?
Yes, and there are officers and law enforcement who are going to be testifying. So the victims, they call victim witnesses, or survivors. They call victim witnesses. They have employee witnesses. They have law enforcement witnesses. Like they have there's different sectors of the witnesses. So we haven't even began to really get deep into this stuff.
Where the church members at? The church members joining hands with them that turned into an orgy.
They might have to call. Who's the one he went to? The leader. I can't think of his name. He went to for some advice or something.
Farrakhan.
Yeah, bring Farrakhan ass up in there.
Everybody is getting held accountable. This is it. I'm done. Like 2 years of this shit. Everybody needs to come to the table and just spill it. Oh, R. Kelly's children. Boom Boom is on a roll, child. Yes, we want to hear from the children. Mm-hmm. Really? Yes, absolutely.
And the hairdresser that said he was slow.
There's children will burn his ass up on that.
Oh,
stand.
the niece and the cousin, the last cousin that got pregnated, and the niece. You bring them in too.
Lordy, they said it's 2 nieces that's at the trial for him.
That was forced to keep the pregnancy and tried to commit suicide.
Well, that hasn't been confirmed, has it? Did you read that somewhere, or was that a hearsay?
It was like a call-in interview. It was like a call-in interview with somebody that was best friends with Bruce. He was like on the phone with somebody, and he said that he had to switch out cars because the handlers was chasing him down. It was on Tasha K's live, but whoever was with Carrie at the time was saying they were still working with him, and they was like, "We're gonna get you there safe." And they said that the Fed agents had rescued the girl or whatever.
Wow. Well, yeah, if all of that went down, we definitely need all the people involved in that. Let's see. I'm looking. Y'all are popping right now. Let's see. The clerk Demetrius paid the bribe to, because that's true. It was the supervisor that showed up, not the actual clerk, from what I understand. Where's the clerk? Let's see. Police officer that the wife was, that's right, the one that was suing him because he got herpes from the wife who was having an affair. We need those, both of them. Let's see. Wendy Williams.
Yes.
Right, because wasn't there a long conversation they had, and she said he told her all kind of stuff she didn't say, obviously, but
she said everything. She got out of her bed to go meet up with him. They gonna want to know what do you mean everything? What do you mean he told you everything? Feel it. Sparkle, we need Sparkle on that stand.
Oh, yeah,
Tony,
bring her back.
Tamar Braxton, all of them.
Yeah, that's so true. Yeah, because what's her name? One of that Escape members who's married to Rocky Bivens. Like, I want all of them, actually. I think we're just bringing the whole entertainment damn industry. Let's just march them in one by one. The whole music industry from the 90s to 2000s. And we'll just go from there. I'm down.
The way they wheeled that evidence in, they need to wheel the rest of those people in. Bring them on.
Let's see. Ronnie, what happened to your member thing? I thought that's supposed to, or don't it not show up? I don't know. But all right, the sister, daughter, the one the one. Yeah, we want the sisters, we want the daughter. The 2 white girls Carrie Kelly saw on tape. Oh yeah, he said he sure did say that on the docuseries.
Yeah,
sure did. And you know what? Honestly, I hate to say the Stephanie, because I have this picture that I didn't have the day we talked about her testimony, because I asked, do y'all think she was Caucasian? Because she just looked different, like than the You see this? This is the sketch of Stephanie Jane.
She looked broke down and sad.
She's definitely
does. He put the fear of God in her. Mm-hmm.
And I thought, and you see, they have the McDonald's up there, the Rock and Roll McDonald's, because that's where they met, right? Or did they?
Oh my goodness, I didn't even pay attention to that. Lord have mercy.
And my thing is, the jury seeing another race of a person, you know, they just need to see that, because I feel like, I hate to say, but like sometimes that's what counts for some people. You know what I'm saying? And it's sad to say, because it's happened at the last trial. But I'm just glad she came out and came forward. She said she never spoke on it before, and she will never do it again. But she came out at the right time, right? So
yes, she did.
You know,
Andrew say the whole Chicago.
Chicago.
Allegedly, they are under federal investigation. The whole Chicago, Illinois. Blessings onto him.
Oh wow. Oh yeah, Lizette, because she said her time, what is it called? The statute was out or whatever, but doesn't she prove behavior and pattern?
Yeah.
I think they just don't need it. It's kind of like we got so much, like she probably, because like even with Lavelle Jones, who's been on this channel, who was with that group twice and backup sang for R. Kelly for a couple years. He hasn't seen actual acts of things, but he has the behavioral stuff down to, you know what I'm saying? Like if you just gonna prove patterns, there's so many people, so many. Lisa Van Allen, I think, is she not in this one? I think they changed when the superseding indictment came out, she was changed from a witness to an individual, I think. And I think that was for this case.
Yeah.
Anybody remember that?
Yeah, I remember. She wasn't a victim no more.
Yeah, she wasn't a victim. She was they
Hello,
called her individual number something, 1 or 2.
hell, we need to even have the Trump Towers employees to come in.
That's right. Desk clerks, bell clerks, like, you know, all the hotels that are in the Discovery, everybody needs to be called to task. It's too many people. He needs to. That's why I said he needs to just confess it all and just be done with it. He's costing us too much money, too much time, too much energy.
Do you know when they moved to the Trump Towers?
Anybody know when they moved to Trump?
No, I can't. I don't want to get the years mixed up. But you know, remember the one girl that was gonna be on that reality show with the I think it was called Sasha or something like that. You remember she got subpoenaed when they was casting?
Oh yeah.
She stayed in Arizona.
That was Shaw's of Sunset.
Yes, she got subpoenaed by the Fed, so they might go. She must go be brought in. We just don't know when.
She sure did.
Yeah, I thought she was on the defense, but maybe if she got subpoenaed by the feds, good.
Yeah, I don't think it was the defense because his defense wasn't even up. They weren't even on that yet. I don't think.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep, because they couldn't believe it. The lady that the producers say, "Oh, this is
that's right, Andrew. Andrew, come on this panel. What is you need to be on this panel. You know a lot." So Andrew said 2018. I think that's when they moved to Trump. I'm thinking that's what he's telling us.
Yes,
and the lady who was on Shaw's of Sunset was Sarah Jahuni.
Yeah.
That was the lady, and it was on the episode. It was on one of the episodes. She talked about it.
Mm-hmm.
And her relationship with him and everything. That's crazy.
Wasn't it? Mm.
Well, that's all I got, y'all. It's been 3 hours.
Yeah.
Anybody got anything to add?
No.
Just sending love and light to all the warriors. And y'all come back for the
We're going to go out on your warrior energy. You know that. Let's do that. Let me find it. Hold on.
Get up, get up, get up.
Get up, get up, get up.
Yes, we got to get up, get up. Okay, let me get my phone together here, child. Yeah. Let's see those purple hearts for those war hero energy. Let's see those yellow hearts for joy, free joy. Yes. Shout out to everybody testifying.
We the dopest. We the dopest. We the dopest. Bitches, we got them. Niggas, we riding. Blowing shit up. Osama bin Laden. Making big plans, big things, we plotting. Taking over the game. Weak niggas, we stopping. Now I can make a name full of fame. Roll around in paper. The other things that makes the fame. All the fakes and haters. I know they see me throw the deuces, then I see them later. Everybody asking questions like, what's up with Frazier? On that new shit, I got some new chicks. I'm making new hits, man, I thought you knew this. You want the realness, fresh, I am the realest. Real nigga talking, it is sick to effing illness. Ill shit, spitting, call it dope to effing dope, bitch. Y'all niggas, like some they call it some rope shit. All about the fame, we'll go try some little cold shit. Stacking dollar bills, too much money, I can't fold it. Dopest, get up, get up, get up. We the dopest, get up, get up, get up. We the dopest, get up, get up, get up. We the dopest, get up, get up, get up. We the dopest, get up, get up, get up. We the dopest, get up, get up, get up. We the dopest, get up, get up, get up. We the dopest, get up, get up, get up.
One's for the money, two's for the show, three's for the dope, cause you know we about to blow. And if you don't, it's cause you niggas
ain't listening.
First place, so don't ever
ask what my position is.
King of my city,
I'm the queen of my city.
Bet I beat anybody I meet to see in my city. I wanna be in my city if you ain't chilling with me. I'm feeling a beast and I be killing the beast. Let's go. I be murdering tracks with my snapback on. Go home, fuck your bitch and put my hat back on. I'm the man, I'm the man.
Don't make me say it again.
Got a lot of niggas hating.
I ain't playing with them.
I'ma prove I'm the best. I'm playing my in the crib or the whip and wherever I am. Never been in the Navy, but I'm a veteran and you can compare me to them and see how much better I am.
We the dopest.
We the dopest, baby. You son of a bitch. What R. Kelly, you son of a bitch.
Fuck you, R. Kelly. You and your mama.
You heard heard it. That's from the fans, baby. He don't give a fuck. He don't care about none of y'all. You wasting your time.
I don't give a fuck. I bought these motherfucking chairs and I'm taking the motherfuckers with me.
Hell yeah. That's right. Fuck R. Kelly, motherfucker.
You know this about the, we gonna blow up.
All right, y'all.
We'll be the first.
We'll see y'all next time. Peace and love. Yes, that's my son. Info's in the description. New tape dropped yesterday, and the first tape was in 2014. But yeah, thank y'all for your support. Peace and love. And fuck R. Kelly.